Welcome in. How are we all doing today? Sorry, I have to adjust the volume. I forgot. Resident Evil is just like really quiet. So I have to turn everything else up to compensate. But then when I stream something else, I have to go put it back. But I completely forgot. But yeah, welcome in today. Welcome in, Louise. Major Lake says she wants to play more Resident Evil 4 today. You know, kind of. It is quite fun. But we'll save it for Saturdays. Otherwise, people might have been waiting until next Saturday and then they find out I had a secret non-Saturday stream, We can't be messing with the people like that. And there's only so much action I can take in a week, It's like it's very Resident Evil is like back to back to back to back, like action packed, Like it's like you go from a boss fight to and then you go to what am I trying to say? You go from a boss fight into like a huge big enemy section, and then there's more enemies and there's more enemies. Usually in games, I don't like that. Like usually I'm like just trying to get through the combat part to get to like the story or whatever. But like in Resident Evil, the gameplay is the main part of it, right? And the gameplay is quite fun. It's very I forgot to bring this up before, but it's very arcade game like. No, I'm guessing that's like the origin of like I guess like Capcom games are like originally like arcade games, right? Because it's like it's very arcade like as in like you get points for doing stuff. You get like a rank at the end, like it's very, which is it's just kind of like for me, I just never really played a game like that except from like Mario or something like that, where it's just like, oh, the gameplay, you just like shoot stuff and there's like back-to-back action and it's just like a fun time all the way through. Like I don't think I've ever really played a game like that, which is cool. You momentarily have forgot how to drink and almost spilled milk all over myself. It's supposed to go in your mouth. They can watch the VOD. Yeah, the people who are watching a football game instead of watching Resident Evil can watch the VOD. Although you didn't, it's funny because like the moment Zirconium was like, oh, it's finally halftime, I can watch it. That's when like the game completely crashed. Like I had to spend like 10 minutes fixing it, and then he was like, great, no, thanks for the great halftime show. You're running out of days. Next week is the 18th. Yeah, I'll probably have to continue past October because I said on stream and I was like, oh, like I'll play Resident Evil all through October and like I'll finish it in 4 weekends. And then everyone was like, haha, you're gonna finish it on 4 weekends? Look at the pace you're on. I was like, okay, I guess I won't finish it over 4 weekends. And Wakamin is stop. Wait, it's snowing? The first snow is always not too bad here. That's good. The first snow is like a disaster here because we're not ready. But I'm sorry that it's snowing in October. When is usually the first? Is it early? And welcome in, Ricky. Miju over football? Exactly, right? Maybe it's like Miju over football, but not Miju over national team, I don't know. I don't know how football is. I don't know what the ranking is like. Imagine if you lived in Alberta, you'd have snow already. That's why I don't live in Alberta. And welcome in, Sadesh. Long time no see. Hope you've been well. Cancel me later, bros. No, you're right. Your take is welcome here. Norway's 1-5-0 and Holland got a hat trick. Wait, that's a pretty exciting game, not gonna lie. That's a lot of scores in a football game. Not even a stream could break my spirit. That's true. But wait till you go back into the VOD and watch my gameplay. It will break your spirit. And welcome in, Jimmy. Hope you're doing well today. Sometimes it might be in August. What? Sometimes it might be in like January. That's very consistent. Yeah, that's great. So it really lives on the North Pole. I've told you guys, it lives on the North Pole. No one believes me. You ever got a chance to meet any K-pop stars? No, I've never even been to a K-pop concert, but I'm gonna go to the Twice concert in January, which I'm very excited for. And it's Vancouver, so hopefully it's not snowing. Or maybe Twice will be happy about. No, they probably won't be happy about snow. It snows a lot in Korea. But yeah, it's oh, by the way, I downgraded my mic software. Like I have like a noise cancellation software and I downgraded it. So I'm like hoping that fixed the crackling because I realized that I used to use the software years ago and I never had, no one was ever like, your mic is crackling, your mic is crackling. And I don't think it's the cable or anything like that because I was like testing it, like wiggling the cable around. It doesn't do anything. So I think I got a new cable just in case, but it doesn't arrive till tomorrow. I'm hoping that downgrading the software fixes it. Maybe it's just like NVIDIA just like really screwed up on the 2.0 version, you know? So I was like, and a lot of people were complaining about that. So I'm hoping that that is the fix, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, it's just let me know if you hear any crack. Usually people do, but just let me know. But yeah, it's, with Resident Evil, because like I have find it hard to quantify my thoughts about it, you know, because like I said, I've never really tried pulling on the cord. I'm okay. That's probably a bad idea. Yeah, I've never really played a game similar to it, so I was having trouble really like collecting my thoughts over it and like quantifying what I like about it. Because usually I'm not really like a shooting game person. I don't get any joy usually out of just like shooting stuff. But I guess yeah, it does feel like you went to an arcade and then you go into the thing, you know, like you go into like the little cage thingy and then you like shoot with the arcade gun. It kind of just feels like that, honestly. But maybe I'm not just like I'm probably not getting a lot of mileage out of the gameplay because I feel like my gameplay is extremely rudimentary. Like I think I'm just basically doing the equivalent of just like shooting blindly with my eyes closed. Like I think that's what feels like is going on. And then like enemies spawn up behind you, and then I'm on like assisted difficulty, so the enemies like they'll be like right next to you and they like won't attack you. Like 90% of the time they will just stand there. So I just feel like I'm being like swarmed and I just shooting with the gun. So I'm like, you know, but I don't know why I find it fun. I think it's just because it's so campy. Like I just think the characters are fun. Like Leon is fun, and the story. I don't really know what the story is yet, but like it's just very campy. It's very ridiculous. It's like a action game, but like it's like an action movie, sorry, but like really cheesy. Like if you had like the most cheesy action movie ever, it's like that. Welcome in Law, NVIDIA CEO with to focus on leather jacket shopping to fix NVIDIA broadcast for me, Ju. Come on, tell them. And apparently this crackling issue has been a thing for years and they just like don't care. If for all of you tech nerds out there, it is apparently because the GPU is like idle. Especially if you're not using it, the GPU is like fairly idle. And then when you start talking, it like the GPU usage like bumps up, and then for some reason that causes like a glitch and it can't process the audio correctly, and that's why it crackles apparently. But they just like haven't ever fixed it, you know. So I was like, I guess they just like, yeah, I guess they just don't care. Basically what it is. They just straight up don't care. Yeah, I'm a story mode gamer for sure. Yeah, because I don't know, I've just never had this experience because like, for example, if I play like God of War, I do put it on story mode. But like when I'm playing, I'm like, the combat is kind of fun, but like for me, like in the combat section, I'm just pressing buttons to get through it, you know? Like if there was a button that could just be like, skip this combat, just go straight to the next cutscene, like I would do that. With a few exceptions, like there's some like, I do like a good boss fight. But there's not that many games I'm like, oh, I really like the gameplay. I really like the combat. I wish the game was only that, you know? Like for me, it's like, I feel like there needs to be something else to it. Which I guess Resident Evil does have in the sense that there are like fun characters and stuff like that. Like Leon is fun. But yeah, I'm not sure. I guess I'm just finally experiencing the joys of gaming. And welcome in, Beppe. Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, it's very interesting because I'm definitely like a yeah, just get through the combat. That's why I put it on the easiest difficulty as well because I don't want to spend too long on it. Also, I'm bad. Also, I'm bad, but like in general, I just want to get through it, and then I can get to the story. But I mean, some games are not like that. Like for example, Elden Ring. Elden Ring, I sure as hell am not playing Elden Ring for the story because like what the hell is the story? Uh, it's not a very narrative driven game for sure. So that in that game, I do enjoy the combat as well. But I think it's very few and far between. But I am interested in playing. I want to play Metal Gear Solid, I think, or maybe I want to play more Resident Evil games. But I know like Resident Evil from like starting from like 4, they became more like action oriented, right? Because like if I went back and played like 2, like the 2 remake, it's a lot more like survivally, right? It's more like horror, it's more survival, which I'm not opposed to horror, but like yeah, it's like I feel like it's more like limited resources and stuff like that, which I'm not good at. You guys see how much I waste my ammo. Like literally, the grenade is not in my inventory for longer than like 5 minutes. Like if I get a grenade, I'm using it in the next combat encounter. Metal Gear Solid is a sneaking game. Yeah, I love sneaking. That's the thing. Like if I'm thinking of games where I did enjoy the combat, then I in Uncharted, the Uncharted like gunplay is quite fun actually because it's like very over the top as well, right? Like it's like you get like a grenade launcher and you get like a huge shotgun and stuff. You know, it's like quite fun in that sense. But there's a lot of like stealth, and I love the stealth. Like for me, I'm just like waiting in the grass, and I'm like there was times where like I would spend like 40 minutes beating like a combat level, and I would get spotted. I'm like, I gotta restart. As soon as I get spotted, I'm like, I gotta restart. I'm not shooting my way out of this, you know? I've been watching a Resident Evil 2 stream today. Do you think I'd like it? I mean, I guess you've only seen me play Resident Evil for one stream, and that was like the bingo section, and the bingo section was a whole other beast, you know? There was a bingo section part 2, another village section. I hate that village. Every time I go to that village, it's a disaster. I think you've already watched the Sats playthrough, but I think you have a fun time with Tomb Raider 2013. Oh yeah, I mean Tomb Raider is very Uncharted, right? And welcome in, Angel. I just like cardigans. What can I say? I think you'd enjoy Baldur's Gate 3. I think I've played that one before. I do enjoy the gameplay of Baldur's Gate 3 actually. Except for the okay, well, with the big asterisk, because you guys know I don't like the like side quests, and I don't like the looting, and I don't like the I don't like a lot of aspects of I like leveling up in that I like choosing spells, but there's like a lot of other stuff that I don't really care about when leveling up and stuff like that. I like the combat. I think the creativity is quite fun. Resident Evil 2 is also fun, but there's more breaks in terms of gameplay. So fun though. It's not like as action packed. Is what you mean? Is the story good? I don't think I've ever heard Resident people like. I don't think Resident Evil is never necessarily like a narrative masterpiece, right? But it's just like a fun time. Like the story's not like bad in a sense, but it's not necessarily like a very like deep story, right? And welcome in, Adam. It's so fun. I mean, I guess I mean we'll have to see. We'll have to see like when I finish Resident Evil 4 how I feel, because I might be like all game played out, you know. Like for now, I'm like I think it's quite fun because it just like keeps going and going. But maybe I'll just be like tired by that. But I'm spacing it out quite a lot, so it's probably fine. And welcome in, Chris. It's a scary time. Is Resident Evil 2 really scary? Because, like Resident Evil 4 is zero scary, right? But I watched Estat play. I watched on YouTube, and I watched Estat also play Resident Evil 7. That one's creepy, and it's also really gross. I don't think I would enjoy that one. The story is pretty deep, really, in Resident Evil 2. Because in 4, it's like, I mean, I just started, so maybe I shouldn't cast judgment on it, but in 4, it doesn't seem like it's going to be like a very like emotional story, you know? I don't think you can put like a serious emotional story next to Leon doing a backflip for no reason, you know? The Bloodborne, I think, is a very chill game. I don't IDK though. Really, really. I think you're barking up the wrong tree on that one. I think his dad is more likely to play it. I've been trying to convince him. Resident Evil 2 isn't super scary. Yeah, I'll have to. I mean, I'm not like that concerned about it being like too scary. I don't like games that are like super dark, but I don't think Resident Evil really falls into that. You know, like for example, like I think Outlast is so scary, Outlast 1, but Outlast 2 is just like, ew. I'm sorry, Outlast 2 is so gross. Like, there's so many like creepy themes and like creepy, like, not like creepy, but like it's just like gross. Like, I don't know. Outlast 2 really dropped the ball. It's yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Just if you've played Outlast 2, you know what I mean. Or if you've seen Outlast 2. Resident Evil 4 is more action. It's not my favorite because of it. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, I've never played a Resident Evil game before, so I just went straight into the 4 remake, and I'm having a great time. It's just very fun. IDK though, exactly. And welcome in, Maestro. Hope you're doing well today. You also have 2 different-ish playthroughs, Claire and Leon. Oh yeah, I forgot Leon is also in 2. I was just thinking about Claire, but yeah. If Leon is bad, I think we got to stick with the Leons, you know? We just keep playing as Leon. Because I know once you get to 7, it's Ethan something. And Ethan is always losing his arm. Poor guy. You just beat Silent Hill. That was pretty creepy and dark. The story is deep. I know one of my mods, Gwen, is playing it right now. So I'll have to see what she thinks. Although it is very expensive. That's one thing we were talking about in the Discord the other day. It's like $90 or $100, something like that, Canadian. I'm like, that's a little expensive. Same with Metal Gear Solid. So I'm like, maybe I'll just wait for a sale, you know. Silent Hill does interest me. But I think I'm more likely to play Metal Gear. And welcome in bees. Warframe? What about Warframe? Wait, what is Warframe again? I know it's a game, right? I don't know much about it. You're doing well, just looking at some caps. Some new era caps. Okay, first I was thinking keycaps. But then now you said new era, and I know that's a hat company. I see it at the Canuck store. So yeah, I think that's a you're talking about baseball hats. You refunded Metal Gear for Silent Hill. Really? Really? Interesting. I mean, they're both very expensive, so you gotta pick one, you know? What didn't you like about Metal Gear? I don't like how games are creeping up to 70 USD. I mean, yeah, in Canadian, it's so rough, right? Like, I've always been very picky, or I try to be very picky about what, like, I try to be really picky about what Switch games I buy because they're all $90 Canadian after tax. But now some games are creeping up to $100 Canadian after tax. There's 2 games I did pay $100 for. One was God of War Ragnarok, and 2 was The Last of Us 1 remake. And Last of Us 1 remake is very questionable whether it's actually worth $100, considering it's a remake of I mean, it's not like a very old game. Like, obviously, it's like a classic, or not like classic, but like, you know what I mean? It's like a very highly regarded game, but like still, for a remake, $100, oh, it's a lot. It does look very nice though. Only game I feel like can get away with the $100 price tag would be GTA 6 because of Rockstar. I mean, they probably will, right? It's because it's like, I mean, people will buy GTA 6 no matter what, so it's like, I guess, and I'm sure it'll be like a huge game. So, you know, I could see them getting away with that. I think you're right. But like, Mario Kart, $120, crazy. I wish they priced Metal Gear Solid Delta at like $50 tops. Yeah, me too. I would have bought it right away because I'm very interested in it. There's some really cool baseball team that I support caps going on a special sale, and a Formula One that caught my eye. Ooh. How many remakes have they done for Last of Us Part 1? Just one. They've done a remaster for the PlayStation 4 and a remake for the PS5. I think that's all though. I could be wrong. Maybe they did another one along the way. But yeah, the only reason I bought it was I do have the remaster, but I couldn't finish it because I suck so badly. And then I was like, I bought the remake because it has all the accessibility settings from part 2. And then, so for me, it was worth $100 in the sense that I finally got to play and experience The Last of Us. And it looked really good, to be fair. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, the old game still looks good. And it does. The old game still does. Like, the remaster from 2014, the remaster is not that old. It looks quite good. But when you put them side by side, the remake looks really good. Classic from 10 years ago. I know. I'm like, is it a classic? It's from 2014, like, or 2013, I think. But I'm like, I feel like it kind of could be considered one. And welcome in, Milgram. Hope you're doing well today. Thank Poppy Trump for this. I don't want to call him that. For those tariffs that those prices are high. Sorry for our president. It's okay. It's okay. It's not your fault. Warframe is free. And it has a surprisingly good story, stealth, or shooting, and you don't need to loot that often. Mostly this resource grinding. I'm not a grinding guy, you know? I don't like having to like level up, and like there's a lot of RPG mechanics that I don't really like. So I don't know. If it's like really grindy, then I might just give up. I like a very like I don't know. I mean, I like grinding in some sense. Like, I will grind in, like, Stardew Valley. Or, like, I will grind in, like, a resource management game, you know? But, like, grinding for XP is, like, I can't do it. And I'm anticipating a server crash on the day they eventually release GTA 6 on Steam. Yeah, fair enough. I'm not a GTA gamer. I bought GTA 5 because it was, like, super on sale, like, $15, $20. And I couldn't even like start it barely. I did the intro section and it was like pretty rough. Like you do like a bank heist or something like that. It was pretty rough. And then I watched the cutscene and then I was playing as that guy with the weird annoying son. And the annoying son like was on a boat on the highway and I could not get him off the boat. Like they were like drive the car and then shoot the gun. And then like I'm like I can't drive the car and shoot the gun. Like, what do you want from me? And then I had my brother meet it. And then I didn't get farther than that. It's actually very shocking how bad I am at certain types of games. Many types of games. Target audience for a remake of a 10-year-old game is Miju and Miju only. Look, I'm a late bloomer. I didn't know about this, okay? But yeah, it's because me and my beef with old games. I don't have anything like. I don't think old games are bad. I just think that I can't play them because I cannot. My skills cannot overcome the jankiness of the controls of older games. Buying Silksong on release was insane. Yeah, I heard it crashed. You just type a guide to download Factorio and then we never see her again. Absolutely. Keep me away from Factorio. I have been on the fence about buying it for a long time, but I think, yeah, you would never see me again. Ever since Mario Kart World is super expensive, you get the console, it costs like $300 with the game, which makes no sense. I mean, it's a lot cheaper with it's a more reasonable price if you bundle it in, but the ridiculous price is like crazy. Which GTA did you get a guy in trouble for playing? Guys, no one will ever forget that story. It was the one on the iPad. So I think it was like 4, because there's no way 5 is on the iPad. The annoying Jonah Hill looking son who stole your boat from under. Yeah, that guy. And then also like there's like the very beginning stages. You play as the guy and then your friend Lamar is like, let's race. And then like I could not beat I'm like, why do you drive the car like that? Like, how the car drives so weirdly. I was like trying to beat him so many times, and you like can't. lose. Like it doesn't let you. It doesn't let you lose. You just have to keep trying. It just game's over. And I'm like, oh my god, Lamar, please, please take it easy on me. So yeah, I don't think I'm cut out for this. And I feel like I'm very much not the target audience for GTA. Like the archetypes of the characters and the themes of the story are like I it really does not vibe with me, you know? Like I feel like if I was like maybe I just got into it at the wrong time, and like maybe a lot of people got into GTA like I mean, I guess GTA hasn't released a game for like 10 years, so I'm guessing that the people got really into GTA are like, you know, got into that when they were younger. Because like for me, I'm just like, I feel like I just don't. Maybe it's just like it's probably just not my type of, you know, like in terms of like what. In terms of like the vibes and like the not the vibes, but like, you know what I mean, like the themes and stuff like that. I feel like I just don't like it. And I feel like I'm whatever the target demographic of GTA is, I'm like the opposite. Grinding for ancient fruit wine makes true, true. I just think ancient fruit wine takes forever. I'm more of a I'm more of like a starfruit gamer, I think. Watch Dogs 2. I've never played Watch Dogs either. I feel like we play very different games. I've not played any of those. But yeah, for me, I don't know. I think like I spend a long time trying to like think about like what kind of things I like in games, but it's very hard to narrow down. I guess you don't necessarily need to, but I think like for me, one thing that would get me to really like a game is a good story. Like if it has a really really good story, and not just like a for a video game good story, like a genuinely really good story, good characters, then that's like that can overcome like most genres, like most most. If you're like, oh, here's I don't know, like a RTS game with a good story, I'll be like, no, thank you. But like if it's a good story, I will play almost any type of game as long as it's not too hard, um, and then or as long as I can like feasibly get through it. You know what I mean? And then also, yeah, I like resource management a lot. I like if a game gives me like chores, I'm like, I love it. I don't know. It's not that I particularly love chores IRL, but like if a game gives me not like chores as in like like a quest checklist, but chores as in like you know like Animal Crossing. Like if it's like that kind of if a game gives you like dailies, I'm like I like that. I like that. Please put me to work. Um, I think I like that one. Clean your room 1,000. I would unironically love that, you know? But I think a lot of people do, because I think that's why like games like House Flipper, games like Power Wash Simulator, and stuff like that, those things are actually common, right? People actually like those. But there's a few things I hate in games, okay? Number one, I okay. In my hate, okay, I actually everyone you can come up with your list of like top 5 things you dislike in games, okay? Because like, for me, number one, meaningless side quests. You know, like when there's a game, it has so many random side quests, and like it's like a checklist. It's like, oh, fetch this thing for this guy, or like, and then you get like a $1,000, or like, and then or it's like, oh, like you know, it's like very meaningless side quests, just to have stuff to do. Two, it's like a level grind. I do not like level grinds at all. Like XP grinding, stuff like that. Like I do not care. Um, okay, I'll have to think about the other ones. If you love dailies and are willing to forego a good story, World of Warcraft is your gem. Okay, just because the game have dailies doesn't mean like just because a game has dailies doesn't mean I'm gonna love it. You know, like otherwise I'd be playing like every gacha game ever. And welcome in, Kiwi. Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, I would say, yeah, number one, like stupid side quest. Number two, grinding. I mean, I guess they're both grinding in a sense. Um, what else? And welcome in, Sushi Gamer. How are you? I'm just talking about my gaming pet peeves. It's not really pet peeves. It's like game mechanics I don't like. Number three, like Zelda style puzzles, I don't like. Um, especially like Resident Evil as well. Like Resident Evil, it's not very like disruptive. It's not very disruptive. Like it's like I don't like the puzzles of Resident Evil, but it doesn't take me very long. You know. I mean, maybe it gets worse later on, but it's not that bad. Um, I don't know. Side quests can be nice for world building, but I know you don't care for much for world building. I don't mind world build. I don't really. I'm like neutral towards world building, right? So like if a story or a game only has world building and no strong character development or like no interesting plot or anything like that, like for me like world building is not enough. Like it's like I don't care if it's there or not. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't care about world building, so I guess side quests wouldn't make sense in that regard. Um, you mean coach me? True, true. I am a Stygian beater these days. One, simple gameplay. Two, I mean, simple gameplay. I don't know. I feel like it can be fun. I'm trying to think of a game that has like really simple gameplay, but it's like some games are very simple but effective gameplays. You know, like I'm trying to think of like I don't know. I'm sure there's plenty of examples like Tetris. Although no one's like, oh, I love Tetris. I mean, some people do, but like, so like every day. Um, luck mechanics, pay to win. I love luck mechanics. Yeah, no one likes pay to win, except for people who suck and they want to pay to win. Automatic gameplay. Oh, it just like plays for you. I mean, yeah, it's kind of weird. Hades is a great game. Um, but I haven't beat it myself. I'm pretty bad at it. But I like Hades a lot. Dr. Mario is a game with simple gameplay. I mean, isn't Mario Kart quite simple? You know? I think luck can be exciting if done right. You know what I mean? Or like, for example, like I would consider Cuphead very, very simple, right? Like there's not much to it. Like you get you can have a few different guns, yes, but um there's not much else. You just like you shoot and you dodge and that's it. So it's simple. I don't think simple is always bad. Do you like Far Cry? I've never played Far Cry, but welcome, Angel. Have you played Outlast? No, I haven't. I've watched it. I watched it. That was a classic YouTube game back in the day. Kimmy's also a fan of simple gameplay. Me and Kimmy are like we're so in tune with each other with the games. Um, Dr. Mario's basically Tetris. Oh, fair enough. And welcome in Red. We're gonna see a pay to lose game. I'm sure there's people who like that. Maybe like pay to make it harder. I don't know. I don't think that exists, a pay to lose game. Because like the people who are gonna put a lot of money into the game, they want to see like an improvement, right? I don't know. Yeah, welcome in Red. You can describe it differently. Cause like Cuphead is simple, but Cuphead is simple, but there's a lot of depth in the sense that like there's a really high difficulty like ceiling, right? Or like a even like you know what I mean? Like it's like there's a lot to even though it's simple, it's very hard to master. Yeah. Like a low difficulty ceiling. I don't like that either, personally. But for me, obviously, my ceiling is very different. You know, like my floor is very low. So like even if a game is considered a little easier. Like there's a lot of room for improvement still. Dying Light. You don't play survival games? I do. I love survival crafting games actually. Although there's like so many these days. I love Subnautica. I love The Forest. I love Don't Starve. Games like that. I do love them. But I don't play like Far Cry, Dying Light, like those type I don't know how to describe those games, but I don't play games in that vein, like GTA, that kind of stuff. I feel like it's never appealed to me, but maybe I'm missing out. I don't know. Did you play Until Dawn? Yes. Until Dawn is a great time. Until Dawn is so fun. I streamed it a few years ago. It was quite fun. I think Until Dawn is also another example of like it's so campy, right? It's like a very cheesy, in the same way that Resident Evil feels like a cheesy action movie. I think Until Dawn is like a cheesy horror movie, right? It's like the most campy slasher film you could ever. If you watched it, you'd be like, "This is so cheesy," but when you're playing it, it's a fun time. Red Dead Redemption. No, I said I'm considering it though. I'm considering it. It might be faster to just narrow down the games I have played rather than haven't played. Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of games out there that I have not experienced, you know? I'm missing out. I know, I've heard a lot of good things about Red Dead. Because I feel like Red Dead would definitely be more up my alley than GTA. Because like GTA really doesn't appeal to me, but I think Red Dead might be more interesting for me. So it's definitely on my list. It's definitely on my list. Yeah, it's any horror games you've liked? I mean, I'm still to this day, it was the first horror game I played, but like, still to this day, my favorite is Alien Isolation. I love Alien. And they're finally making a sequel, which I'm very excited. I mean, it's gonna be like years, but when that comes out, I'll be ready. We'll stream it. It's quite fun. We'll be back to keyboard and mouse gameplay. But yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like some games are just so good that it kind of defies genre, you know? Like I don't think I would like any other like CRPG or like a strategy kind of game, you know, that's like that in depth, like Baldur's Gate, but I feel like Baldur's Gate just kind of transcends that, right? Like a lot of people who may not necessarily like the genre would like the game anyway. Or like, you know, I'm sure there's many games in that vein, but it's not a, you know, some game. What I'm saying is some games are just good, you know. Like I don't play a lot of Souls-like games, but I loved Elden Ring. Like for me, it's like I can't play that many of those because they take a very long time to beat. Did you play arcade games as a kid? Not too many, I would say. I think I only went to the arcade like in Japan, and I'd play like rhythm games and stuff like that, or like maybe like going on the like the racing game or whatever. I wouldn't be like familiar with that many arcade games or anything like that. Today I asked a question on Reddit about if something was a part of one thing or another. They answered me saying that's a part of the first one. They meant a part. Yeah, they did. Ricky, never overestimate the English skills of English natives, okay? Yeah, a part without the space is like, oh, like I can't stand being a part. Like it's like that, you know? And then a part is like a piece, you know? So it's people just don't know. A part is separate. Yeah, exactly. It's hard to describe it over words because it sounds the same. I hope you understood what I meant. And welcome in, Super. Hope you're doing well today. I was like, is it in or out? You left me more confused. Oh yeah, that's like even more confusing, right? Because if you say apart, it's like separate. No, just assume that they're bad at English and they meant apart. Like, yeah, as in it is in. Yeah, it's tough out there. That's a really bad typo. Yeah, that's very confusing. Yeah, so yeah, I'm trying to think of like what else I don't like in games. Maybe like I don't know. It's I feel like it's very hard to quantify these things. You love the English language because the language and a logic puzzle all in one. True, true. Sometimes, especially if people are like using it incorrectly, it's like what could they possibly mean? And like, why would we have a part and a part be like so similar but like opposite meaning? Who thought of that? That's such a stupid way. It's such a stupid way. But it's okay. I guess I didn't consider that like most of us wouldn't be able to use it properly, you know? It's okay though. It's okay. But yeah, I do want to play not Resident Evil. I do want to play Metal Gear, and I do want to play Red Dead at some point. Maybe we will get back into the gaming times, you know? Although Red Dead, I feel like would be like a really long game to stream. Like I feel like I kind of want to play like shorter games, you know? Like, isn't Red Dead like a huge open world game? Like I feel like that would be like so long to play. So maybe something a bit different would be good. I have no idea. And yeah, I'll just wait till Metal Gear Solid goes on sale because that is a really, really expensive game. But you know, I do like a lot of stuff. Red Dead will take a while, although knowing you, you'll rush the main story somehow. Cause side quests suck, man. And I'm telling you. There's no point in doing any side quests. Cause what do you get out of it? Like some reward? I don't care about. I'm not materialistic in video games, okay? Like, I will spend. I'm not very careful with my money, and I'm careful with my money IRL. But in video games, I will spend every last dollar, every opportunity, you know? I don't care. So yeah, it's unless it's like unless the money is part of the resource management. Although I'm pretty sure Resident Evil is also supposed to have resource management, but I don't really do that, you know? I don't think I'm partaking in that part of the game. I'm the type who grinds the side quest before finishing the main story. One shot the bosses on base stats alone. That's also bad, no? Like that kind of sucks. Cause like you want like a good boss experience. I'm the one who shows up to the final Pokemon battle 12 levels under. You know, cause I'm like I didn't fight anything that wasn't optional. That was optional. Sorry, that's me. And I'm like, guys, why is it so hard? Everyone's like, you didn't do any of the content in the game. That's why it's hard. And welcome in Star Blitz. There are a few rare cool side quests and games with nice scenes and reward. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like in a game with a lot of side quests, there might be like one or two that are like genuinely worth doing, where it's like very meaningful and like it's very it's a good experience, like a really cool experience, unique experience, you know? Versus like a lot of side quests in games are like, hey, see this flower? Collect 400 of them, and then when you come back, I'll give you a cool sword. And it's like, I don't care. Like I don't want to do that. Like I want to do things that I already wanted to do. You know what I mean? Like I want to do things in games not just because someone told me to. I just want to do it because like I want to. You know? Like you can't tell me what to do. You know? We're just talking about in-game. Yeah. I'm very good with finances IRL. Trust me. I'm a finance guy. Not like a finance bro, but like a personal finance enthusiast. Love budgeting. Meanwhile, 8-year-old me was able to make it through the Pokemon League and Ruby by slamming Earthquake. That sounds like me gameplay. Me, I get through Pokemon battles by spamming potions and revives. Cause yeah, if you have enough revives, you can get through any fight. If you have more revives than the enemy has PP, you will win. Collecting 50 restrooms for the junkie in Breath of the Wild. Yeah, I think, okay, I still stand by this. I've said this before, but like, I still stand by the fact that like, I think Breath of the Wild has shaped many of my gaming opinions, right? Because like, a lot of times I don't really care about like, if there's like a chest in a game, I don't really care that much about opening it. Because like, I learned from Breath of the Wild, if you find a random chest in the overworld, it's full of garbage. Like, you open a chest in the Breath of the Wild overworld, it contains like 10 rupees or like an amber or like a bad weapon. It's like, why? It's like something you throw away, you know? So and then the side quests in Breath of the Wild really suck. Except maybe with the exception of Terrytown. Like all the other quests, like they're useless. They're stupid. And like you finish them, like for example, like the 50 Rushroom quest, like I'm pretty sure in the end he gives you a food that heals you like 3 hearts. And it's like, what was the point of ever doing that, you know? You don't even get a good reward. I bet me just found the less than 10 R&R in Genshin. I don't think I've even started the quest. So yeah, you're definitely right, Law. I've definitely found 0 R&R. I don't even know what R&R looks like personally. I've heard about this quest that it's really long. I don't even know what it is. I've just like I've only done world quests that are required for the main quest. And nowadays, you don't even need to do the one that's blocking it, right? You can just do like the focus mode. Trust you? Can you look after my money? I'm not allowed to hand my money over to Australian streamers because of annoying regulations about needing to be qualified. No, you gotta learn it yourself, man. You got this. Big money means you. I'm just like, look, I'm just hoarding. I'm not actually. I don't hoard my money in games. I'm big money in Stardew. Absolutely. One big shipment of my starfruit wine, over a million gold. Elden Ring taught me that if you find a chest in a random tower, you risk being teleported to another region. True. This might be like sacrilegious, but like I actually did play Elden Ring like basically with like I basically played like with the guide because I was playing and then like my friend Jack was watching and like he just basically told me like where to go and like what. I was like, oh, can you just like do my build? And then he just like found like all the stuff for the build and stuff like that. But for me, I was just having fun doing the boss fights and stuff like that, right? So it's like, for me, that was, I didn't really, for me, okay. For me, I like, I keep saying for me, for open world games, like the only one I have truly enjoyed exploring is Breath of the Wild. Cause like, I know Elden Ring has a really nice open world, but like I know the open world is like super well done, right? But like for me it is not enticing because I don't like how it looks and it's full of gross things. Because you know, if you played Elden Ring, you know, like if you go to a region, it's not full of cute, beautiful things. It's full of horrifying eldritch monsters, right? So for me, I'm like not that enthusiastic about exploring in Elden Ring. But I do love the boss fight. I do love most boss fights. But there's some boss fights I really didn't like, which I think is valid. Like that's pretty par for the course, I think. But for me, I think when will I stop saying for me? I didn't like leveling up in like the runes and stuff like that. But I think the process of learning the boss fight, where it's very much like a rhythm, you know? Like it's like you learn the timings, you learn how to dodge. 'Cause like if the game was like not even, there was no attacks, there was no weapons, you just dodge, and if you like dodge a certain amount of times, you win the fight. I would like that just as much, if not more. So I think I like timing based stuff. I don't know. Who's attacking? I'm talking about Elden Ring. But yeah, it's I think so. I think my like when I'm like, oh, I like Elden Ring, people might have a wrong idea of like what it is I actually like about it, because I think what I like about it is like really weird. Like I don't know if anyone else feels this way about like Souls games, you know? Because like I feel like I don't really care about the attacking. I don't care about the weapons. I don't care. Like for me, I don't like. I don't like fantasy stuff. Like I don't care about like swords and like armors and like that kind of stuff. Um, so I think, yeah, I just like the dodging. I think it's quite fun. QTE super. Yeah, I'm a huge QTE fan. But most rhythm games are way too weeby. So like, when will they make a rhythm game for me that's not extremely weeby? You know, like I'm a parry junkie. No, I actually don't parry. I'm a dodge junkie. I'm a dodge roll with iframes junkie. You love dodgeball? Dodging is literally gold. Not IRL, man. I don't want to get hit by a ball IRL. Maybe a dodgeball game. I would enjoy that. Yeah, IRL, I would not want. One time, my friend was like, "Can you join my dodgeball league? We need a certain amount of girls." And I was like, "No." Well, first I didn't want to, but secondly, he was like, "Oh, like you don't have to do anything. You can just stand there and be like a shield." I was like, what is this? Why am I being invited to just be like a meat shield for dodgeball? You know, it's like this is stupid. If you dodge IRL, you don't get hit, but I just don't want the chance of getting hit, you know? Dodgeball uses the softest ball ever. I'm still scared, okay? I am just I I'm scared of the ball, okay? I'm not a sports guy. I'm scared of every ball, okay? Order of which I'm scared at. 1, baseball. Cause like that would really hurt, no? Like baseball, lacrosse ball, golf ball, those would be the scariest. But up there, basketball. Basketballs are very heavy. And soccer ball. Soccer ball, I think, because they're kicking it, it's like, it can go very hard, you know? I'm very scared. Cricket ball, I'm sure that's like just as hard as a lacrosse ball. No, any like very, yeah, anything that could really injure me is just very scary. You just stand there to be hit. I don't know, I was like, why are you inviting me to do this? Like, he's just like, they just need more girls for they have like a requirement because it's like a co-ed league. You tried Persona? I have tried Persona, but I'm not a huge fan of the story. I think it's a little edgy for my taste. Although I like the characters. Ryuji is a stupid, you know, he's such a idiot, but like he's very lovable. And I love On. I miss the elephant balls that left a mark when you throw them hard enough. What the heck is an elephant ball? You called yourself a sports guy yesterday. I was a sports watcher guy in the last 2 weeks, okay? But I'm not a sports playing guy, okay? It wasn't recent, but I think it was like maybe last year. I was playing with the soccer ball, and then somehow I like received the ball. It hit my toe, and then it hit me in the face. I was like, how does that happen? Because like I guess I just got like lifted. Like I don't know. I guess because it hit my toes. It went straight up and it hit me in the face. I was like, it's just so dangerous. It's so dangerous. I cannot. How do you call the game where you want to hit your friends with the ball as hard as you can? I don't think that's a game, Ricky. I think it's just bullying your friends. Does a puck count as ball? I'm so scared of being hit by the puck. Like, I mean, Canucks games, it's too expensive to sit where you can get hit by the puck. So I'm always like in the upper bowl. But like, for a couple of Abbotsford Canucks games, like there's no upper bowl, right? I'm like, and I was like at a game. Yeah, I guess it must have been last year or like earlier this year. We were at the game and like, I think like a few rows over, someone almost got hit by a puck. The puck came flying, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is so dangerous." I gotta wear like a full face helmet at the game. Let me guess, you're in band in high school? Yeah, and choir. I was obviously not on the sports team. In the apocalypse, you can be the shield too. No, I'm the marksman in the apocalypse. Come on. Well, my school there's some intense bullying. There's some intense bullying matches in my school. A bunch of papers covered with tape, and if you didn't run, you wouldn't survive. Paper? A bunch of paper covered with tape. Wait, what is the paper and tape for? If you didn't run, you wouldn't survive. So you get hit by the ball as hard as you can. That's so scary. Ariana Grande got hit by 2 pucks and she turned into a real wealthy artist. What? She got hit by 2 pucks? I thought she's from Florida. A ball made of papers. The tape is for the paper not to fall. Oh, I mean, that's not that bad, right? That can't hurt that badly. And Florida has a hockey. I mean, that's true. They do have a hockey team. She got hit twice as a kid. How do you get hit twice? I feel like baseball games would be scary too, because frequently the ball goes into the audience, right? And like, can't you like die from getting hit by a foul ball, like technically? I think like 1 person died, right? That's scary. You could die. It still hurt like how, really? I can't even fathom throwing a ball of paper hard enough to hurt. But I'm just bad at throwing, so that's possibly. It's safer now, is it? Are we farther away? No. I've only been to 1 baseball game, and I don't think I was anywhere near the place where you would get hit by the ball. I don't know. I don't know what seats we had, because we just moved around. It was pretty empty. We just sat wherever, I think. Is there assigned seats? There must be, right? I guess we were just sitting wherever we want, because I remember like moving seats often. At baseball, okay. Yeah, I'm okay though. I'm okay. I think soccer is fine, because like the speed at which the ball would come if it were to land in the crowd is like not that hard, right? It would lose a lot of speed along the way. But a puck I think would be a little scary. Although I think it also would lose some speed. But they have a net up to stop the foul balls that could kill you. Okay, that's good. That's good. I don't want to die. I don't want to die from a foul ball. Although I don't think I'll be going to a baseball game anytime soon. I'm not a... Firstly, we don't have an MLB team here, so it doesn't really matter, does it? But like, yeah, I don't really care. And thanks for the 30 stream streak, Spot. The Mariners are playing the Jays in a best of 7. That's cool. I'll cheer for the Blue Jays. I won't be watching, but I'll cheer for the Blue Jays from my heart, because they're Canadian. But that's it. That's as much as I will do. The Mariners are in Seattle. I'm okay. Yeah, that's actually quite far, just to go to a game that I don't want to go to. But yeah, I don't know if I think I mentioned this yesterday, or I mentioned on the Discord, but I got twice tickets, which I'm very excited about. Your Canadian heart versus your Pacific Northwest. No. Canadian always priority. Like, Canadian comes first, and then Pacific Northwest, maybe. Like, Pacific Northwest in the sense that, like, I'll defend, like, living here, or, like, I'll defend living here, or, like, I'm like, yeah, it's the best place ever. But in terms of, like, cheering for a team, then, yeah, Canada first. Marin is closer to local team than the Jays. But it's a nationalism thing, you know? I'm very patriotic. Take us with you to see twice. No, the tickets were expensive. Oh yeah, they were actually like fairly expensive. We got like the very top of the lower bowl, and that was like $200. And like a little like middle of the lower bowl was like immediately jumped to like $350, $400. I was like, really? For like a normal ticket, $350, $400? That's too expensive per ticket. And then like a little bit lower would be like VIP, and then it was like $800, $900. I was like, that's too much. But out of context, I'm thinking of making a setup to be used while standing. I think it'll help with fixing your posture. I think anyone here familiar with it? Like a standing desk. I was considering it for a while, but I think one, getting a good ergonomic chair is probably important, and two, just like standing desk can be good, yes, but more than that, just like getting up and walking around is probably more beneficial for you. Say hi to Gio for me. I will. We're gonna be like on the stage that has Gio's solo stage and Chewy's solo stage, and I think Dan's as well. But Twice has 2 shows here. Do I go to both? Why would you go to both? We don't question Ratzi's K-pop habits. Like, I don't know why he would go to both. And welcome in, protagonist. Nice and early today again, I see. Did you fix that BIOS thing? You made a mistake not buying tickets or 600 lower bowl. At the point I would have to get VIP. Yeah, you might have made a mistake not buying. They added 2 Hamilton shows, right? Same for the Hamilton. Hamilton. I think Ratzi's going to Hamilton. Why would I see Twice? I mean, their name is Twice. Maybe that's the reason. Imagine paying that much for Blackpink and they phone the performance in. I'd be so mad. Yeah, I feel like Twice do put on a really good performance. Apparently, they've been they're doing a 360 stage and they have to like rework all their choreography right to be 360 stage. And apparently they've been practicing 8 hours a day for like months and months and months, which is crazy. And I'm like, as much as I love Blackpink, I'm like, I don't think they were doing that. Like they definitely were not. Like I think Twice definitely is putting a lot of effort, and like they're putting a lot of effort and care into the performance. So I think it will turn out to be quite a good tour. And I think I was listening to they released like a new album, which like each member gets a solo stage on the tour. And I think Zirconium will get a kick out of this. One of the songs, okay, actually 2 of the songs are like a bit bizarre. One of them is Jonghyun's song, The Bias. And it's a country song, but it's like half in Korean. I'm like, that's like a bizarre concept, but it's like kind of good. I'm like, okay, we're going for a country song. Don't know why. And then Dayeon's song is like crazy. I'm like, and she has like writing credits on it, so like no offense to her, but like it's like she's playing Farrelise on the piano at the start, okay? And it's like it's like a pop song. It has Farrelise sampled in it. And then the song is called Chess. And then the lyrics are that is so stupid. The lyrics are, I don't play checkers, I play chess. But it's like to the theme, to the melody of Fairly. So it's like, I don't play checkers, I play chess. It's like that. And I'm like, I'm like, what a ridiculous, stupid song. No offense to her. It is so stupid. I'm like, what is this? As someone who does have a standing desk, I haven't been using as much as I should, so I should really have to consider if you'll constantly use the feature. Yeah, I was considering it as well, but then I was like, you know what? I think it's better for your health to just like take a walk. Like get up out of your desk, do some stretching, walk around a little bit for like every hour or so. I think it's more beneficial than a standing desk. Unless you're gonna have one of those walking treadmills under your desk. Blackpink concert was put together last minute. Yeah, probably. They probably like don't spend a lot of time like together doing like group activities. They probably have a lot of other solo activities that they have to do, right? Blackpink was still a good concert. Venue sucked. What was wrong with the venue? You said I say I know a lot about K-pop. I didn't know any of this. Then just vibe. I guess so. Like I was like, what is this song? It is so bizarre. Like I was like it is such a ridiculous, crazy song that I'm like, you know what? I have to respect that. You know, like you have to respect that it's just like a ridiculous song. Like, do they think that's like? It was like such an I don't know. I just can't help but laugh at it. Fairlease into harsh noise wall would go so hard. I guess so. I was like, really, Fairlease? Like, yeah, it's very, very, very strange. But yeah, I listen to all their solo songs. I like Nayeon's a lot. Um, I feel fairly neutral towards the rest. I like Jonghyun's and um, I like, I think Nayeon's was my favorite. The venue here was more suited for a music festival, large open area, some stands far from the stage. Not to mention everyone had their phones up blocking the view. Oh, I see, yeah. I think with the Twice 360 stage, it's like very specific what venues they can use. They can only use it only really works on like a arena. In a stadium it doesn't quite work apparently. So yeah, they're gonna play in the arena here and the view should be quite good because arenas are a lot smaller. And I feel like 360 stage is cool, especially Twice. There's so many members, so they could always have members facing in all directions, right? So I think it will work quite well, and like most people will have a much better view than, like for example, like if they're at like the normal stage setup for an arena is like the stage is on one side, right? And then all the seats behind cannot be sold, right? Because it's like behind. And then the people way at the back are very, very far from the stage. So like in that sense, that 360 stage is like they can sell more tickets, and everyone gets a better view. I wonder who came up with that idea. The checkers. I don't play checkers. I play chess. To be fair, some English K-pop lyrics and K-pop is just off most. I mean, I don't think K-pop is necessarily going for like lyrical artistry. You know, like I think okay, it is. I've mentioned this a lot on stream, but it is my theory that the Korean lyrics are just as cringe and just as bad, but we just don't understand them. You know? I mean, like obviously the English translation sometimes is really cringe, but like you know the English lyrics are never that good, right? Like, but I feel like the Korean lyrics are also probably aren't that good. Like the lyrics are probably fairly generic. You know, like it's just like not that. Like they're not like extremely special, right? It's more about like the other aspects of it. I don't play chess. I play checkers. True. Checkers is a fun time. I'm not a chess player personally because I don't like games like that. But checkers I can get behind. Can I just anyone here for an investment opportunity for $900? Low return. I'm glad you're being honest about the low return. Day 2 has cheap tickets. Oh, there's still some cheap tickets left? I mean, I think it'd be worth seeing Twice. I think their concert would be quite good. Playing the hardest classical piece in front of your parents and getting a good job, and then playing Fairlease for them to go crazy. For my mom, it's canon. My mom is canon. It's like canon, Moonlight Sonata. Everyone's like, whoa, Moonlight Sonata. But like Moonlight Sonata is like not like obviously there's like harder pieces than Moonlight Sonata, you know. But yeah, but canon was a big like you know canon and D very big crowd pleaser for sure. My favorite part of checkers when I get to stack two together. You should write a song about that. Maybe to the theme of Symphony Number 5, perhaps. You know, but it's like $300 for floor. I'll wait for it to drop. I don't think it'll get much cheaper because the cheapest floor tickets for Vancouver were $200. And that was like the most back ones, which is the ones I got. But the ones near the middle are like, yeah, 300, 400. So I think the Twice tickets are just expensive. So if you want like cheaper tickets, you probably just have to go to the upper bowl. Blacklist goes down to 144 for floor. You paid 400. I think there's GA tickets near the stage, and those have 100 to 200 as well. But I think it depends on like whether it sells out and whether people close to the date will be I mean, you're more familiar with buying tickets than me, but I'm assuming that like it depends. If it gets close to the date and people still can't sell their tickets, obviously they'll reduce the price, but you kind of have to gamble on that. So it is up to you. But yeah, I know Vancouver had the floor tickets were about $100 to $200. Um, but I know the floor view is like slightly obstructed because the stage is very tall. I'll be doing my sneaky strap, buy the cheapest of the day, and then sneak into an empty floor seat. I think it's hard. I think they do like they do like you have like you get like a random number or something, and then like you have to go. I don't know. I saw people talking about this. It's not like just first come first serve. I think they stopped doing that because I guess it's like kind of annoying. They don't want people doing that. Yeah, I will be watching from the what is it? The ground the ground floor? Not the ground floor, the lower bowl. Some people check where you sit, some people don't. You move like 15 rows of baby. I mean, if no one's sitting there, no one's sitting there. I don't think they care. I'm not sure how it works. Good luck. I'll just buy my seat and sit there. Yeah, it's I'm looking forward to it. My first K-pop concert. I think Twice will do a good job. As much as I like to roast them for their vocals, I'm sure they worked very hard on putting a good performance, you know? I'll come back with you on my report about what I thought about their vocal performance at their concert. I'm very skeptical, but some people are like, yeah, they sing live the whole time and they sound great. So I'm like, I guess I'll see. Listening to all their solo songs though, I think they were really going for like everyone's songs felt like everyone's songs was like very much catering to their vocal strengths, right? That's what it seemed like. Like even the members who are not really vocalists, their songs were a lot more like Momo's song was more like rapping. It was quite low. So I think she could do well with that song, right? I think they mainly sound really bad when, you know, they have to sing a Twice song that's not necessarily catered exactly to what they're capable of singing, right? And that's the case with like every K-pop group, honestly. Why is Mina sometimes called Wendy? Like Wendy as in Red Velvet Wendy? Or like, is that like her English name? I have no idea. I don't know the Twice lore. I'm sure someone knows it. If they're calling her Wendy because of her vocals, I don't know about that. No one is Wendy except Wendy. I don't know. Where are you seeing this? Are you on the K-pop Twitter? Like, is Stats actually such a big K-pop fan? You should have gone to Lil Seraphim concert. Yeah, I have no idea. On Instagram? Yeah, I don't know. Might be an inside joke. Maybe. Maybe it's like they gave her like an English name or something. I have no idea. I don't know. I'm not really I don't really follow like the fandom stuff, you know. Like sometimes people come in and they're like, oh, you like? I'm like, oh, I like Blackpink, or like I like 17 or something. They're like, oh, do you know this inside joke? And I'm like, I don't know. And they're like, some people are so like gatekeepy about it. You wash your bed now and I take a nap. It's not dried yet. Oh, that sucks. That's why I have a spare set of sheets. I decided that after some times where I'm like, I wash the sheets too late and then I can't sleep till it's dry, I'm like, I just got a second set of sheets. Which is good because like what if something happens to the first pair, you know? What if you are drinking a whole thing of orange juice in bed and you spill it everywhere? It could happen. It was a joke, I don't understand. Maybe you should have read every comment and someone would have explained it. There's inside jokes. I mean, of course there is. It's like a fandom, right? There's a lot that goes on there, but you don't necessarily have to partake in it. It can be very toxic. Okay, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Enjoy our favorite fandom, Malomart, or as they call him, Wendy. In the meantime, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And welcome in, Rista. Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, how's everyone's weekend? I completely forgot that we have a long weekend. We have a long weekend today. Although, okay, my mom is texting me about, okay, because I had this whole like plan. I was like, I can like bank stat holidays or like bank holidays at my work. And so I was like working a bunch of stat holidays so I could go to Japan for 3 weeks. But the timing just didn't work out like this fall to go to Japan. So now I have like a lot of stat holidays. Maybe we'll just use them next time. We're trying to figure out when to go. You watched Alice in Borderland's new season? Is that like season 2? Is it good? I'm not a Alice in Borderlands fan. Because like a lot of people were like, it's okay, well that spares me the watch. But yeah, a lot of people were like, oh, if you love Squid Game, this is like after Squid Game season 1, right? So they're like, oh, if you love Squid Game, watch Alice in Borderland. And then I watched Alice in Borderland. I'm like, I don't really think it's good. Like, I guess if you're like really just care about like the games, like if you're like, oh, I just want like death games. Yeah, it has a lot of death games. Um, but like, it is so it's like a manga adaptation into live action, but it's like so manga coded that like in live action it's just so ridiculous. Like it's like it's like anime characters IRL, which is like the most it's like too anime for like real people to be acting it out. You know what I mean? Like I just like there's so many things about it that was just like so unrealistic and like over the top that I was like it's and the characters are so like anime characters, right? Like they're very very over the top, which works in animation, right? Because there's like a higher suspension of disbelief, but like in live action the character just seems so goofy. Like the show for me at least, I know a lot of people really like it, but like the games are good, the concept is cool, but like the characters and the stuff that happens is so goofy. There's some moments that are genuinely quite good. Like the first couple episodes are quite good, but especially like when it gets to like I can't remember if it's season 2 or not. I think it's season 2, but like it's very very campy. It's so goofy. Would you rather compete in Squid Games or Hunger Games? Um, I guess the Hunger Games because I think you'd have a better chance of winning because Squid Games, there's like some games that are just like straight up luck, right? And like you don't know what games you're gonna play. I think in Hunger Games, it's like you know what game you're playing, right? You just have to survive. Yeah, there's too much RNG. I think with Hunger Games, you know what you're getting into. You know, like obviously, like the game makers can mess with it a little bit, but like you just have to murder everyone else or wait for them to murder each other. You know, like I think it's more reliable to win, I think. Had a few strong similarities with the last season of Squid Game. That's a big insult in my opinion. But there's so many stuff that I absolutely made no sense. But that was like that was like Alice in Borderland already. Like the thing that really bothered me was like I can't remember what it was. I think it was like maybe spoilers, but I'll try not to spoil it too much. Basically, there was okay. I'll just be very vague. There was a character that was like shot, like completely destroyed by a machine gun. Okay, full clip of a machine gun straight into the torso. Okay, this character falls on the ground. They're like dying, right? And this is at night, and then it shows that like many hours have passed. The sun has risen. It's like morning. There's like it's like clearly like a lot of other like another game happens like in the meantime. It's like many hours have passed, and then you find out that this character has crawled like multiple city blocks just to like go and like see this other character who's like also dying. But I'm like, this character had a whole clip of a machine gun unloaded into them. And I'm like, why are they still alive and why are they crawling so far? Like that is so weird. Like it is just so strange. I'm like, what is this? And welcome in, Drew. Hope you're doing well today. You like that they introduced the season with the first game in the anime that didn't get into the first one though. Oh, like they yeah, I see. You watched the anime after the show. I feel like the anime would be way better, right? Like I say this as a non-anime watcher. Some things are just meant for anime, right? Like I think like some concepts are just so like some things only work in anime, right? It's like trying to make a Western equivalent. It would be making like a live action SpongeBob. Like obviously SpongeBob works because it's animated, right? Like there's so many things that happen in SpongeBob that are firstly he's a sponge, but like other than that, it's like the way the character moves and the way the stuff happens with the movement and like the like what happens and the show can only be animated, right? So it's like and the way the characters behave, like if characters always be if real live action characters behave like cartoon characters, it would be like ridiculous, right? Like imagine like I mean I guess we don't have to imagine, but like let's take like the Mario movie, and it's like a live action Mario. If there was Mario in real life, it wouldn't be very like it's like weird, right? It's like because he's a cartoon and he behaves like a cartoon character. It's not the same. Some people are just built different. I guess that character is just yeah. So they were just completely built different. Um, it bothered me more this time because it was way more relevant and bigger. The stupidity of it. I'll have to watch like a recap or like a video about it. Um, yeah, it's I haven't been a fan of Alice in Borderland since the start. I don't like it. There's a few characters I think are cool, but like it's so goofy. I'm not a fan of dramas that are I mean some are okay. Like but a lot of times dramas that are based off mangas can be really cringe. And like a lot of time like a lot of good dramas, like J dramas are based off mangas. So like it's not like it can't be done, but some source material I think is inherently doesn't really work with live action, you know? Cuz it's just like I don't know, it's just kind of silly. I think cartoon stuff only works in cartoons, you know? Yeah, so yeah, I just think it's really weird. And like even in like a smaller scale in the terms of like how anime characters are designed and how they look, a lot of times it doesn't translate that well to real life, you know? Like people do really good jobs with cosplay, yes, but like if you watch a movie where they were dressed exactly like a anime character, sometimes it would look very strange. Like the outfits are not designed to work in a real setting. Or like the looks, the hair, the clothes, like all of it is not really designed to be physically possible, right? The Dragon Ball movie. I feel like yeah, Dragon Ball. Yeah, imagine like just like not even just think about the hairstyle from Dragon Ball. Like Goku's hair. Like is that really like in real life that would look so stupid, right? The best genre from anime manga or slice of life? Probably, yeah. I mean those would be the most easy to it would make the most sense to adapt, right? But yeah, it's I mean I definitely have watched some J dramas growing up that are based off mangas, and it's a hit or miss, and they are very goofy. They are super super goofy, but it can be fun. But a show that wants you to take it seriously, like Alice in Borderland, is like a pretty serious show. But like yeah, I don't like it. I do really like Queena though. I think she's real cool. But she's kind of ridiculous as well. Because I remember that she had that like fight scene and she was like, yeah, I'm gonna fight you. I'm really good at martial arts. And then she was like standing on broken glass. I was like, why? Like why would you stand on like she was wearing shoes and then she like took them off to stand on broken glass. I was like, why? Like I was like, that's so ridiculous. Like why would you do that? Um Google Honda engineer for IRL anime. What? My cousin's wife is a Honda engineer, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe it's Toyota. I think it's Honda. But yeah, welcome in, Peel. I think she has normal hair. I've met her, and she seems like a normal person to me. Kimi was defending and trying to justify the things that bother me, but I find them undefendable. I mean, I'm not generally like I can forgive like plot holes and stuff like that, but if it takes me out of it, then I can't. Right? Like if the immersion like I think if the story is strong enough that my immersion is so deep that these plot holes don't bother me, then it doesn't bother me, right? But like if it's already taking me out of it, then the plot holes just like I think some plot holes are so egregious that it ruins your immersion, right? Your brother-in-law was a Honda engineer, he's changed jobs. There you go. We know a lot of Honda engineers around here. Um, but yeah, it's yeah. Sometimes plot holes are like, or like when characters just do things that don't make sense. You know that really takes me out of it. where they make like a super super illogical decision where it's like it's been shown that there is a better one and they know about it, or like, you know, they just do something really stupid. It's like I cannot stay in it. Yeah, exactly. They're just doing stuff for the sake of plot, right? It's like, oh, this needs to happen. So now we're gonna have them do this. You know, it's like it really, it's just bad writing and it takes you out of it. I think might be an unpopular opinion, but I think they did that a little bit in Arcane season 2. I was like, I don't know. I was not a huge fan. I mean, okay. There's a lot of things I love about Arcane season 2, but I think it was a huge downgrade from season 1, and some of the character decisions were very strange. Time for a nap. Enjoy your nap. Yeah, it's yeah, I don't know. I don't think I was gonna watch the Alice in Borderland anyway, but maybe I'll see like a video about it. I just think it's so ridiculous. Wait, like, but like, how can there even be another season? Because like, didn't they kind of end it already? Maybe they're getting sucked back in. I have no idea. I guess I have to watch it or know what happens to find out. They get sucked, but no. What? They just escaped it. They have to go back. That's silly. That's silly. The thing that makes them sucked back in is what's bothering. Oh, that's big though. That's big. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I like the concept of it. I mean, I think death games are inherently quite exciting. Like, it's like, oh, like there's a lot. It's like an entertaining concept to begin with, but yeah, it's just a ridiculous show. Yeah, it's a and you know, there's like so many videos that are like, sometimes I get these recommended to me quite often, and it's like, oh, like, would I kept getting this channel recommended to me that was like about like Squid Game, and it was like, oh, at first it was like, would Light from Death Note survive the Squid Game? I'm like, what? Who asks that? And then it was like, would Batman survive the Squid Game? I was like, what? What? Who's making these videos? Like, what? Who's asking this question? You know? I was like, that's crazy. Battle Royale, the best. Yeah, I still need to watch that because I know it's like the OG, you know, and like the classic. I haven't. I need to find where that is. And it's a Japanese movie too, right? It's cool. I like I don't watch that many Japanese movies, but it's always good. Would Goku, you know, Goku would survive this good game. It's like it seems like such strange content. I'm like, I guess people out there want to know, but like, it's like, I guess it's like a fan, it's basically like a fan fiction, right? It's like, why would they be in the Squid Game? I don't get it. Batman's so rich. He would be like the last person to be in the Squid Game, right? I mean, maybe it wasn't Batman. Maybe I'm misremembering, but like it was like stuff like that. Or like one thing I noticed while I was watching Severance, because I was watching it as it aired, the season 2, and there's so many videos where it's like ending explained, you know, like, and it's like, I feel like it's like, no offense, I know they're just making their living, but like I feel like it's really like slop content, isn't it? Like it's like, especially like some movies, yes, ending explained makes sense, right? But it would be like Inside Out, ending explained. I'm like, who needs the ending of Inside Out to be explained? Like, what is confusing about it? Like, it's not like some movies are very like confusing. Like, it's like, oh, like explaining the ending of like Inception. Like, maybe people were confused. Like, I can understand that, right? Or it's like a very like the ending of a movie is very ambiguous, right? But like but then they'll like make content for like every single like movie or show, and it's like, did they really need to explain it? Like, what part are you explaining? It makes no sense. And I kind of realized that as I was watching a lot of Severance content as it aired. Like there was so much just like slop that they were like but it's like also not really their fault because like it seems like you have to be the first one to release a video after it airs, right? So like there's people out there like releasing like a 20-minute video like 20 minutes after it airs, and it's like they must have made the video like partly in advance, and then they just like insert stuff that they found out in the episode there, or like they just like say it as it comes up, and then they just make the video right away. I'm like, how do they do that? And welcome in Gundam. Hope you're doing well today. But yeah, there's a lot of content like that, I realized. I guess you know what's coming in the second half of the next Genshin patch. Arlecchino? Isn't it Arlecchino and Zhongli? Is that what you mean? I don't know. You asked me yesterday if I watched the live stream and I said no, so. CMS. I don't know what CMS is, I'm sorry. Is that a new fidget toy? Yeah, it's my fidget cube. Because I always need to fidget when I'm yapping, which is quite nice. It's like when you talk on the phone, you know, it's like you always want to like pace around or whatever. For me, it's like when I'm yapping, I can't pace around because I have to be in front of the stream. So I'm always like playing with something. So now I have a fidget cube. Crimson Moon Semblance. Is that Arlecchino's weapon? It to be more direct with your. Yeah, my guessing is not gonna be. I'm not as up to date with you as with the Genshin news. Ending of Miju's October 12th stream explained. Whoa, time you need to make that content, Red. You need to explain to the viewers the ending. Maybe I'll make it very vague. Yeah, Arlecchino's weapon is really cool. I'm sure you'll have a great time with it. I mean, her weapon is like extra good to get because it becomes a scythe, and like that's pretty cool. I think that's worth it. It's definitely worth it. Yeah, I go on phases about what part of the fidget cube I like. Cause like this one, I've never liked this one. It's like a joystick, and it's like no one wants this. But sometimes like you can pull it out. It's kind of fun. But I kind of like these ones. It's like a little like. It's like a wheel that you just like spin around. And then there's this wheel that you spin around and you can press it in as well, which is quite nice. And then there's this light switch one, which I like, but it's kind of loud. So I try not to use it. And then there's like this one, it just kind of spins. And this one is quite fun as well. Don't know why. I just quite enjoy this one. And then there's this, where these buttons are also clicky buttons. Only some of them click though. I don't know if that's by design or if it's just poor quality control. I have a feeling it's poor quality control. Although sometimes I like pressing the ones that don't click. So maybe it was by design. Because I like pressing the ones that don't click a lot. Because the clicky ones I think it's a bit loud, you know. They could be annoying. So maybe it is by design, who knows. But there's a lot of there is some like manufacturing defects, so I'm assuming it might be quality control. Do you think I'm like this by design or quality control? By design. By design. Some UX genius predicted some users like to click unclickable buttons. Well, I'm honestly, it seems weird, but like I kind of like that some of them don't click, because like the cube gives you a lot of options, right? It's like, oh, you can spin this or you can click it in. You can like joystick this or you can pull it out, right? So it's like maybe they just want to give you a lot of options, like variety, you know? Maybe that's why. I don't know. Cuz I do like the non-clicky one. It's just like you're just pressing in the rubber button, you know? It's quite nice. It's quite nice. But then I'm thinking like you could multi-purpose, like you could just hold a controller that's not plugged into anything and just like press the buttons. But I guess that's like a bit more, it's a bit bulkier than a cube. And welcome in Yokomoto, how are you? How are things? Is that a fidget cube? Yeah, I was just explaining all the features of my fidget cube. You just get the 3x3. Oh yeah. I mean, but a Rubik's cube requires both hands as well. And I like this. This one's green. I think it's cute. But guys, I've been using this for like 2 weeks, and no one has said anything. But now everyone cares about my fidget cube. I tried to bring it up last week. No one cared. Now everyone's like, wow, fidget. You only care about it when it's cool, I guess. But yeah, it's slow when you use it. I guess so. I guess everyone's like, oh, fidget cube. I've been watching videos about the adaptive difficulty of Resident Evil 4. I want to watch reviews about the remake, but I was like, I shouldn't spoil myself. So I'm not going to spoil myself. I'm sure there's twists and turns to the story that I shouldn't spoil. Although I kind of have seen Istat play the game, but I don't actually really remember much except for the backflip part. So, except for Leon doing ridiculous flips and somersaults. Watch me just switch it out for a fidget spinner next week to test if we would notice. I'm not a fidget spinner guy, I think. You didn't even notice if someone said it today. Come on, you would notice everything, man. If I change my camera a little bit, you notice. Or maybe it's like fake notice. Sometimes it's not real. Or the amount of times people are like, did you cut your hair? When I have not cut my hair in a very long time. Sometimes people just imagine things. Or my hair is like styled a little differently. So they've been like, oh, did you cut it? And they just notice something is different. But yeah, I think I'm gonna be happy with my fidget cube for a while, I think. Cause usually I just play with whatever's on the desk. And like, I guess now I can be consistent and always just play with this, you know? You notice stuff, but not people stuff. Yeah, fair enough. I'm very like mixed bag of whether I notice stuff. I usually notice haircuts. Yeah, everything else maybe not. It's oh yeah. Sorry, I got distracted. I was watching videos about the Resident Evil difficulty, like adaptive difficulty, and it's very interesting. What do you guys think about because I feel like some people are very against it and some people are very much for it. Like some people are just like, oh, I don't want the game like messing with, like if I choose a difficulty setting, I don't want the game to like make it easier because I'm struggling. Like I want to personally overcome the challenge. Or like there's some people saying like, oh, like if I play too well, then the game is like punishing you for playing too well by making it harder, right? I mean, I think it's I think for me, I think it's a good idea because it's like, you'll never be able to choose. Like, I mean, no, never. But like a lot of times, like you might choose a player might choose a difficulty that they think will be appropriate, but it's actually not appropriate for them, right? Like and the game will try to put you in a state where you're being challenged, but like not too challenged, and that's like their intended, mode of difficulty, right? And they kind of keep you in that range, which I think is like I think it's a good idea. But I guess if people are really against it, maybe they could hide it deep in the settings, turn it off. But then some people would turn it off. And then some people, I feel like some people would turn it off even if they shouldn't, you know? I have a tough time when Kimmy does something with her face, hair, or something. Take a picture of her every day. True, that's a good idea. You don't mind adaptive difficulty, and yeah, you have to play like spot the difference. You don't like RPGs where the enemies get stronger as you level up. Like, what's the point of making an RPG then? Oh, interesting. Like, but isn't that all? Or you mean like level scaling? Like, for example, if you're playing like Baldur's Gate, and then you went back to Act 1 and all the enemies are strong? Because like obviously like the later areas will have stronger enemies, but like they're not changing to your level. I understand it as long as you don't get certain achievement because of it. I'm sorry on this way. Honestly, I appreciate the apology. No, but like turning it off wouldn't necessarily make it easier or harder, right? Like the way the adaptive difficulty works is if you say I chose I chose assisted, and like it puts you between a certain range. It's like okay, it's like they have a scale from 1 to 10 of the adaptive difficulty, and say like assisted puts you between 1 to 3, and then like standard will put you between like 4 to 7, and then like it's like that, right? So I don't think turning the adaptive difficulty off should matter for achievements, because like it might be harder or easier depending on how you play, right? And depending on what difficulty you choose. 'Cause I think for a lot of people who are quite good at the game, they might choose standard, and it might be actually be more on the level of hard as they play, and because they end up being really good. Oblivion and Skyrim does it as you level up and get strong, the enemies will start to be stronger. Final Fantasy VIII does something like that too. I mean, I don't think I personally have a preference about that. Like, I understand it. Like, you want to feel like you're getting stronger, right? Because if the enemies get stronger with you, you don't feel like you're getting stronger. But like, yeah, I mean, I don't like go back and fight enemies that often like that. And with the caveat that the level curve is well calibrated. Yeah. I mean, like, I'm trying to think, but I guess I don't play that many. I can't personally think of an example. I think adaptive difficulty makes sense in a game like Resident Evil 4, where it's like it's very much like arcadey, right? It's like an arcade type game, and they want you to have a certain experience. And then like as long as you can choose a different, like say on your second playthrough, you can choose a different experience. And then you can choose a different experience. Like you can choose like a extra hard mode, like you can choose like the hardcore mode or whatever, or you can choose assisted, and like so you still have options. But yeah, so I think that could be fun. Sometimes you just over level and stomp around, and the next area is way harder. I see. I guess I can't relate because I don't do that. I if anything, the game wouldn't be scaling at all for me, right? Like I wouldn't be like leveling that much. So I guess that's why. Cause like for me, I feel like I would appreciate that in something like Baldur's Gate. Cause like if I was playing by myself, I would be like super under leveled, right? So if the game would scale the enemies to my level, then I'd be like happy with that. I don't know. And welcome in, Monkey. You're playing Infinity, Nikki. Nice. I hope you're having fun. It is very cozy. Yeah, it's a cozy Sunday for sure. But yeah, for me, I don't know. I feel like, in some sense, though, I would be sad if I accidentally over leveled. You know what I mean? So if the enemies would scale up to my level, then I feel like I would be happy about that, you know? Because like for me, it would be like the most disappointing if I was playing like Elden Ring, and then I leveled too far to reach the next boss, and then the boss was too easy, you know? I feel like that would be very disappointing for me. But that doesn't really happen to me that often, I guess. I don't know if anyone's still playing Infinity Nikki though, due to the drama from either last year, a couple months ago surrounding it. I think they kind of tanked their reputation for sure after that update, the 1.5 update, I think. Because I was gonna get into it, but then after that update, it was like, it didn't feel what they do. So the game was very, very successful, and I think it still is, but they in the 1.5 update, they did a couple things. They added co-op, but then for some reason they thought that just because they added co-op, they should rewrite the entire story. So like the game had originally had this like concept where it's like, oh, like you are looking for a dress for your dance, your school dance or something like that. And then she goes into her attic and like she finds her mom's old dress and then she gets transported into this world, right? That's like the original thing. But then for some reason they entirely rewrote it. And then so like when people who had played the game since launch logged in, it would show them like the starting cutscene again, but it was a completely different story. It was like, now it's like, oh, you're flying through the galaxy or something like that. Like it was like completely strange. And then they like, one also got like a tutorial again, which is like super weird. And then, yeah, so they basically just rewrote the entire, they retconned everything. And then not only that, it was that they made the monetization a lot more intense. So basically, how the monetization in Infinity Nikki works is that you pull on the banner and you collect pieces of the outfit, and then once you get the whole outfit, it's like then you have like the 5-star, right? And then so the outfits used to have a certain number of pieces, but then from the update, they started adding an additional piece to the outfit. So then the outfit becomes a lot more expensive. Because it's like an additional, you have to reach one more pity to get the full outfit. And then like, which is like, okay, it's like, okay, maybe the outfit is like more, like, it's like a more detailed outfit or something. But no, it's like, she has like a ball gown and it's like the socks. You can't see them. So they added like a very unnecessary extra piece to the outfit just to make it more expensive, which is really weird. And then they added like a clothing dyeing feature that everyone was looking forward to. They beta tested it in like an event where you had to collect materials in the world. But then when they released it, it was like super, super paywalled. It was like very, very expensive to dye the outfits. So yeah, basically they just like made the monetization like a million times worse, which is like very weird because the game was doing really, really well. And they just got really greedy, I guess. And welcome in, Ghosted. The other guy behind you looks like he's having stomach issues. No, he's just very tired. He's done with it, you know? That's his vibe. He might be having stomach issues. Who knows? But yeah, welcome in. But yeah, Infinity and Nikki just like don't know what came over them. They were just they had such a good thing going too. It was just a crazy thing. Cause like they had no competition. That's the thing. Is they literally they had no, which is maybe why they thought they could get away with it. But yeah, they were really like filling a niche that didn't exist. And then everyone's sad because like historically girls games are like really like slop, right? Like it's like basically like, you know, like girls games from back in the day, like dress up games and stuff like that. It's like basically shovelware. And then so it's like people are upset that like it's like devolving again. And hello, Risto. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, it's very interesting. The game I was very excited to start playing the game, but then no, yeah, I don't know. But think of the shareholders. For real, yeah. It was probably something like that, no? So it was greed and started trying to fix what wasn't broken. Yeah, I think it was greed, but I don't know what the story part was about. Like I don't know why they did that to the story. Like that makes no sense. It's like because they're trying to like add co-op, and they like for some reason were like, oh, we needed to make sense in the story, so then they like rewrote the story. It's like, why? Like it's so weird. You have a screenshot where I just took where you start moving your Nikki character and she just floats off one foot off the air. Yeah, apparently there's a lot of... Oh, yeah. And not only that, when they released the update, a lot of people couldn't log in. Like, the game was so broken that people couldn't log in for like many days or like a week or something like that. Like, it was just like completely broken. And like the game is a lot more buggy now because they like basically like remade a lot of the stuff. So it's like that too, which is great. And welcome in, Fluffy. You saw K-pop in the title, of course, of course. Do you know Stray Kids? Yeah, of course. I know Stray Kids. I'm not like a Stray Kids mega fan, but I do like them. I like what's his name? I like Bangchan. I think his rapping is cool. But yeah, it's in terms of boy groups, I mean you can hear them playing right now. I like 17. I like 17 a lot. I mainly listen to girl groups though. We're a girl group household here. Although I'm sure there's some boy group enjoyers as well. Yeah, so I feel like games are so grady these days. There's so much greediness and like anti-consumerism and stuff. It's like, come on. It's very sad. You're a huge stay, but you do like a lot of girl groups. That's good. That's good. You know these Instagram games where you pause and you get a whole K-drama with K-pop idols? What? Instagram games? What's an Instagram game? There's games? I don't know about this. I'm sorry. I try not to go on Instagram too much because there's a I feel like I'll just keep scrolling, you know, and it's like there's so much like weird content. Like it's like the one thing I really have been the one thing I will see when I go online, and like it'll be like someone like doing some like just like it'll be a video of them doing something like working out at the gym, and they're like, oh my god, I can't believe this happened. Don't you guys hate when it happens? But like they don't say what happens. So then they're like engagement baiting, right? Like for everyone in the comments to be like, what happened? Because like literally they're just like working out normally and like doesn't seem like anything occurs, right? I hate that. Um, yeah, so like in Hypen, but I don't stand them a lot. And Hypen's cool, yeah. I don't stand them a lot either. Not really just posts that people make where they put like a picture per frame. And then when you pause, it's the guy that's gonna be the love of your life. What? I think we have very different Instagram algorithms, Ricky. Usually when I go on Instagram, I get like workout videos. Like I get people like doing weird stuff at the gym. Like it's like, oh, I can't believe this happened at the gym. Why is everyone filming at the gym? I don't know. It's probably like staged, right? And then or it's like, yeah, I don't know. I try not to go on Instagram that much. Do you do song battles? What's a song battle? Am I very out of the loop? Should I know all these things? You seen that for like favorite food or something, and where you stop to see what food you get? Oh, what's the point of that though? Like, what's the point? Maybe I'm just like really boomer. Like, what is the point of that? Yeah, it's a. There's so much like like I feel like Instagram is just like a black hole, you know? Especially like K-pop content. It's like so weird. Like, I don't know. K-pop comments are like unhinged. People are like always fighting. I don't know, but I hope I get chocolate cake or something. True, true. It's like Kimmy's algorithms. The thing is that I end up being a friend, an ex, and a husband of BTS members. What? Because she makes me do them. Oh no. Okay, so who's your friend, who's your ex, and who's your husband of the BTS members? And Welcome in Blue, K-popping, of course. I mean, this is more like K R&B. We're listening to Junie. I love Junie. You enjoy Not Gonna Lie, sometimes I end up with J-Hope. I I like I like V. I like V. And I like Jin. There's apps, websites where people can add a song and they go against each other to win. You can add a theme, and there are many customizations not really promoted. Are they paying you to say this? I see, I see. Yeah, I've never done that. Nice hairstyle. Thank you. This is my new hairstyle. Vi is the second. Vi is first. True. Vi is always first. And welcome in Rehan. You're so happy today? Why are you so happy? Do I want to know? I don't know. 4 months left of your holiday. Ooh, where are you going? That's exciting. 4 months will fly by. Yeah, I need to plan my holiday. Oh, the weather's so bad today. Yeah, it's I have some vacation days to use. For my birthday, January 30th, next year going to Birmingham for 2 weeks, just you and your mom. Are you from the UK? Are you in the UK now? I've been to Birmingham. That is exciting though. I hope you have a good time. I mean, you said mom, so I'm just assuming. But yeah, that's cool. I'm trying to plan to go back to Japan to see my family. My mom was just texting me earlier, but she knows I'm streaming. Cause she always like check if she knows she has my Twitch URL bookmark, so she knows if I'm streaming. You have been there before. Well, I hope you have a great time. Sounds like a great vacation. Please don't block me. Why would I block you? Why would I block you, man? So Mama Major can pop in at any moment. No, I told her. Well, it's okay. She might be watching, but like I told her how to chat before, but I don't think she really wants to chat. She chatted like once, and it was a very exciting moment for everyone. It was like years ago though. But even now, I don't think she's like logged in. So I don't think. I think she just like has a bookmark and she'll like go to it. So she could be listening at any moment, but I don't think she'll chat. You know. So it's so I guess, yeah, Canadian. You okay, bro? Need Mama J's opinion on adaptive difficulty. I'm sure she'll have a very informed opinion on that, yeah. How happy are you for me about your holiday? Very happy. I hope you have a great time. I'd be too tempted to mess with her. What'd you think of me? She's too tattoo. Oh my god. I mean, she sees me often. She would know. Tell her Ricky says hi, not Nikki. Ricky, Ricky. I still think I'm saying it correctly. Nikki. Come on. Nikki and Glenn. True, true. And that sliding door, dangerously big window. It's a big window, but it's not dangerous. Don't worry. It's a very thick window. You won't fall through. I'm Japanese, Kanye. Yeah, the Glenn thing is very funny. Yeah, one of my mods and friend is named Glenn. Gwen. And my mom doesn't think that Gwen is a real name. So like, so she kept calling her Glenn. But now Gwen has embraced it. She's Glenn now. Infinity Ricky, true, true. That's like the better game. You know, we're all playing Infinity Nikki. They got too greedy. Now it's time for Infinity Ricky. It's Infinity Nikki with dress up and Monster Hunter mechanics, both. There's a lot going on. Yeah, it's unfortunate that Infinity Nikki turned out that way because I was excited to play it. I was gonna finally get into it, and then they updated it. Maybe I'll just be a love and deep space gamer. I'm not that much of a Uh, I'm not. I don't think I'll get into it. As much as I love my Genshin boys, Infinity Nikki might be too. Infinity Nikki might be too much, you know. Or sorry, Love in Deep Space might be too much. Crazy game idea. I mean, I think gamers they love their drip, so it could work. It could work. What's wrong with my mouse? Hello? Why does it stop working all the time? There we go. I know, I know. I'm trying my best, man. The mouse was blocking me. I just hit it a bunch of times and it works. Um, I'm thinking of trying the story series of Monster Hunter, which are kind of like Pokemon, I assume. Oh yeah, I know. I know Chris has played those, and he talked about them when they came out, which is like a while ago. Um, it could be cool. You gotta let me know how they are. So we'll have to. Although like maybe one of these days I'll. Although Ricky was very honest with me about how much I would like Monster Hunter, so I'm inclined to believe him. So maybe instead I'll go for I don't know. I think I would see. I'll see how I feel after I finish Resident Evil. But I'd be down to play more games. Especially if I get a new computer. I was at my mom's house yesterday, and my brother was like, "Yeah, you should build a new computer. You should, build one at like Black Friday because it's coming up pretty soon." And I was like, "You know what? Maybe I should. Maybe I should." Because you guys know yesterday my computer was very much struggling. I was playing Resident Evil and it was extremely, extremely struggling. So I feel like it's not gonna I feel like yeah, I feel like it's not gonna work out for me. But maybe I should like make sure all my settings are correct because like I don't know. Um Because like people are saying that like on your GPU, if you use like the hardware encoding, it has like a dedicated section of the GPU for encoding. Um, so like it shouldn't really be messing with your game that much, but like my games are really struggling. Um, you guys saw. I mean, I think that Resident Evil issue yesterday was like the game. So like something went wrong with the game because I watched back the stream, and it was definitely like a certain. It wasn't like the progressing. It wasn't like progressively getting worse, right? Like it wasn't like the game was getting laggier and laggier. It wasn't laggy at all. And then as soon as I hit this one section, like the first monster where the head turns into like the tentacles, that one, as soon as that one showed up, and I shot him in the head and there was like blood splatter everywhere. And then as soon as that happened, I looked over to the side, my entire computer was lagging. And I was like, guys, is my stream lagging? Is it okay? And everyone's like, oh yeah, it's fine. But then like a few minutes later, I opened like a box with like a key in it, and then my stream was like a slideshow. So I was like, I think something started going wrong in the game. Like there was like a weird bug in the game that caused it to like use everything, and then my computer just didn't recover from that until I restarted the game. Monsters aren't as cute as Pokemon monsters though, so knowing them from the main series is what makes you like them. I'd say for the new players, I don't know what they'd think about their designs. Oh, about the stories, you mean? Is encoding part of the GPU using VRAM? Yeah, it might be a VRAM issue. Because when we were in the graphics settings of the Resident Evil game, it was like, it shows you how much of the VRAM you're using. And it was like over the amount. Like it was like, you're using like 6 out of 4 gigabytes. I was like, that doesn't seem like that should be good. But it wasn't an issue last week. Um, it was completely fine no, I mean, the game crashed once, but it didn't lag at all. I think there was just some bug where the game, maybe it's not even like, maybe it's not even the game's fault. Maybe it was just like I completely ran out of VRAM. I don't know. Because I know that's what's causing me issues these days. My GPU doesn't have a lot of VRAM. That's why I think when Monster Hunter World originally released, or originally was supposed to release, Ricky was like, oh, you don't have enough VRAM to play the game. But then they reduced the requirements, and now I do. So I think my VRAM is not that good. Do you stream on YouTube as well? No, I don't. Just on Twitch. I'm a Twitch guy. Wild. Oh yeah, Wilds. Yeah, sorry. I was close. But yeah, I was there's definitely some. I think that's like a limiting factor for me. Cause yeah, I'm assuming the encoding is using VRAM. Cause like, what else would it use? I don't know. Maybe it has its own section of VRAM, but who knows? And these days, as you can see, I have like quality options on my stream. So I stream in multiple qualities. So that's like extra encoding that it has to do, or transcoding. So it's like 3 times. It's basically making like three streams at once, you know? That's probably why it's struggling a bit. But I think I should be able to get through the rest of Resident Evil without another crash. Now that I put everything on low. And I don't even notice a difference with it as well. Like the low settings look really good. I have no issues with it. It's a good time to buy a new GPU. Yeah, I was thinking, because I was like, I don't know if I should wait for Black Friday or not. Like, I was like, I don't know if it's that significant, because like these days sales aren't even that significant, but who knows? I've gotten some mixed opinions. And welcome in, Gwen. Hope you're doing well today. We're just talking about Resident Evil. Well, I was talking about my game crashing. I don't know if it's like I thought because like Ricky was saying that the game is really well optimized. So maybe it's just like my computer is a little overloaded, and that's why it's been crashing. Are you into crafts? No. I am like the worst with that. Like anything where you have to like do stuff with your hands like that, like I'm not up for it. Are you gonna check out Blue Protocol? Yes, it's yesterday? I don't think so. I think I've seen it on Steam. What is it? I feel like someone has asked me that at some point. Maybe it was you like a little while ago. But I don't know much about it. Usually all the bargain GPUs sell out before Black Friday. So you think it's worth just like not waiting for a sale? Because my brother was saying like, oh, you might be able to get like a SSD a little cheaper, or like a slightly better motherboard for like the same price or something like that. But maybe I should just get the GPU before it sells out. I don't know. Maybe I just buy some parts in advance and then some parts later. I don't know. It's like a Japanese MMORPG, kind of Genshin-ish. I've never played an MMORPG. I feel like either I'll hate it because it's like too grindy, or you'll never see me again. And I will be like out there, do my dailies, doing stuff for like way too much. You know, it's like if Genshin had no resin cap, you know? At the moment, SSD and RAM is going up because of AI. Yeah, I sent Scano my PC part list, and he was like, oh, the SSD looks kind of expensive. Because it was like $200 Canadian for a 2 terabyte SSD. So I was like, oh, maybe it is expensive. I don't know. Maybe it's just Canadian diff. Me just sat at home with the 5 o'clock shadow grinding daily. Oh no. Although the reason I do kind of like Genshin because of the resin limit. Like, because it's like a mobile game with like the energy mechanic, right? You can only do a certain amount per day. I kind of like that. Because like, it's like, otherwise it takes up too much time of your day, right? I don't know. I like being like, oh, I do my thing and then I log out. I'm done. There's a good deals on everything except GPU usually, especially if there's some place like Micro Center in the US, which will do CPU mother. Yeah, my brother was saying, I mean, I'm not in the US, but My brother was saying that a lot of times there'll be like a CPU and motherboard deal. So I was like, okay, I'll have to check that out. Maybe I'll buy the GPU in advance and then everything else later. I don't know. I tried 2 MMORPGs, but they were both pay to win. Are they all? I have no idea. I think they eventually get greedy, right? A lot of times. Because I was thinking about getting into MapleStory, but then I was reading the reviews recently and everyone's like, oh, it's so pay to win now. Like, it's so like, there's so much microtransactions and stuff. So maybe eventually, after a while, they just get greedy, or you have to like pay for it. Like, it's like a subscription based, you know? Which I guess subscription based is probably better than like a free to play, pay to win kind of situation. Well, it's not pay to win, but it's not free. Yeah, exactly, right? They have enough income from people paying for the game. I think it's like you can't have pay to win and you can't have free to play and not pay to win, right? Microtransactions, yeah. A lot of those. I mean, I'm a gacha game player, so can't really speak much for that. Before I played Genshin, I definitely balked at the idea of ever spending money inside a video game. Cause I was like, what's the point of like paying for a PNG in a game? And here, look at me now. Although like I do have like a limit on that, you know, cause like at a certain point, yes, you are paying for a PNG in a game, but I feel like if you played a game, if you're getting like a lot of many hours of enjoyment out of a game, then like spending a little bit here and there is probably fine. But that's my take on it. And as long as you're getting something that's like, as long as you're spending money, that you have to consider that like when the game ends, when Genshin is end of life, or when you stop playing it, all that money is gone, right? Like all like the characters you have and the stuff, like that's all gone, right? Like it's worthless after you finish playing the game, right? Or the game finishes. So you have to really take that into account. Because like if I look back and I say, hey, I played Genshin for 5 years. Every year I played it, I spent about, let's say I spent like $80. And it's like, okay, that's the price of a full price game. I got an enjoyment of a full price game out of it every year. And like, I don't regret that. But if I looked back and I was like, you know, I spent $10,000 on Genshin, then I'll probably regret that. We're different people before and after Genshin. True. It's a BG and AG, the before times. What if they send everything you earn to Genshin to currency? Oh my gosh. 10K is crazy. I mean, there's people who have spent that much on Genshin. It's not me, but there are people who have. And I'm like, I don't think I could ever justify that. You know, because I could justify like a few $100s. Could I justify like maybe like $100 a year I could justify on a game that I play every day, right? But as long as I think as well as like as long as I'm spending like responsibly, in the sense that like I only get it if it's worth it and I'm saving, I'm not just like wasting the currency, right? Like I'm saving diligently and I only like I buy the top-ups that are worth it. Like some of them have more value per dollar. Those things are more worth it. Stuff like that, right? I think as long as I was doing it responsibly and not within limits, then I'm okay with it. Could have bought a PS5 instead. You know, that's actually, I regret my PS5 purchase more than I regret my Genshin purchases. I don't regret my Genshin purchases actually. So, cause like I paid like $900 for my PS5 and there wasn't really anything that I played on the PS5 that I couldn't have played on the normal PS4, you know? I'm like, oh, was it really worth it? I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, it was literally like God of War Ragnarok, but God of War Ragnarok was available on PS4. Yes, it would have sounded like a jet engine taking off, but it would have run. And also The Last of Us remake like I said, was PS5 only, which is kind of what put me over the top to just buy the PS5 eventually and just like play that God of War on that and stuff. But I don't know. Maybe if Naughty Dog releases their next game and it's like really good, then it'll be worth it. But there wasn't that many good exclusives on PS5 in my opinion. The cost of being a graphics guy, it did look really good. I could have used that money on Genshin. True, I could have spent $900 on Genshin. So worth it. But yeah, it's I think PS5 was a little expensive for cause like I bought my PS4 and there were so many great games on the PS4, and I was like, I had hope. I was like, oh, surely there'll be just as many great games on the PS5, and there isn't. Like a lot of games are no longer exclusive. You could just play on. You could just like, for example, like Elden Ring. I'd rather play that on PC, and like there's so many things that it's just like, oh, it doesn't seem worth it. I thought Naughty Dog was having problems. What kind of problems? Not that I'm aware of. I thought they were just working on the intergalactic game. I have no idea. C6R5, your faves. I mean, my fave is already C6. That's what more can I add? And you cannot buy Kaya Constellations. And he doesn't have a signature weapon. Before the Wolverine trailer, I didn't see any point getting a PS5, but now things are different. Before Wolverine, after Wolverine. It's a Wolverine game. I did not know about this, but that sounds exciting. Yeah, I'm hoping that Intergalactic will make it worth it. I don't know. I do like Naughty Dog games, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't feel that strongly about it, but I'm not sure. Looks gnarly, as a Wolverine game should. But yeah, I'm not like a Spider-Man fan or anything like that, so like I don't know. I'll have to see what becomes worth it. Maybe if I play another Resident Evil game, I'll actually just play it on the console. Cause like my computer is struggling. Maybe I'll be a gamer. Maybe I'll be a gaming streamer, but like console only. You know? Cause like my computer is struggling. More newer games are gonna be PS5. But like, didn't Sony say like we're basically done with the PS5? We're gonna look towards the next generation now. I'm like, come on! I was so sad when I heard that. Wolverine, aka the second coolest person to come out of Canada. Am I the first coolest? No, watch. You say like Ryan Reynolds. Honestly, yeah, I don't know much about this game. I'll have to. It doesn't sound like my type of game, but I'll enjoy it from the sidelines. After Carly Rae Jepsen, that's true. She's pretty cool. But yeah, hopefully there will be some good PS5 games that I can really get behind, you know? And I can be like, wow, the PS5 was so worth it. But you know, I'm probably gonna have a PS5 for many, many years. Since she's Canadian, she's very, very Canadian, yeah. She's from British Columbia, which is very cool. I'm just going to the bathroom again. I'll be right back. Enjoy. Malamar has nothing to do with Canada. I couldn't make a segue. I'm sorry. Baby. Okay, I'm back. I know I'm gonna get weird and get all sorts of suggestions for this, but like, what if I want to keep playing? If I want to keep doing gaming streams after Resident Evil 4, what should we play? Should we do Resident Evil 2? It could be, but I know it's very different than Resident Evil 4 because Resident Evil 4, like I said, is like very action heavy. While Resident Evil 2 is more on the it's more leaning into the survival horror stuff rather than the straight up action stuff. But it could be fun. I know it's quite good as well. Um, or we can go in a different. Yeah, Resident Evil. You're down for Resident. I know we have a lot of Resident Evil fans. I guess it is a very very popular franchise. Um, Honestly, just like I had seen a lot of gameplay and stuff about it, but I don't think I really understood why people liked it so much until I played it. Cause it's just like it's just like a fun time, you know. I didn't know it was so like arcade like, like it was just like that kind of stuff. I feel like it's just a fun time. Um, yeah, Resident Evil 2. Yeah, I feel like I said, I don't want a game that's like too long because I know a lot of people were recommending Red Dead, but I know Red Dead would be quite a big commitment to stream, especially if I'm only streaming a game like once a week. I think it would be like too much to play like a game that's meant to be like 60 hours or something like that, While Resident Evil 4 is like 20 hours. I think that's a good length where you can finish it in like a couple months, even if it's just playing it once a week. Because otherwise it would just go on forever. I don't know what else would be good. Maybe like more. I don't know, because like there's games I'm interested in where like I was playing it. Um, like I know Silk Song is very popular, but I don't really think that would work for me. I feel like we need something with more like, cause like Silk Song is like very very skill based, which I don't think would work out that well for us. For me, is what I mean. Cause like Resident Evil 4 is fun to stream because it's so chaotic, right? It's like there's a lot of fun, exciting stuff that happens, and like it's very very chaotic. Like it's just like stuff is happening all the time. I'm fighting, and it's like, and maybe it's not supposed to be that chaotic, but for me when I'm playing, it feels very chaotic. It's like there's enemies everywhere. I'm just shooting it all the time. I'm throwing my grenades, like I'm getting hit, like stuff like that. Silk Song is way too long also. Oh yeah, I guess so, yeah. Cause I know like a lot of people are like, oh, I thought I was done. And then I'm not. Cause you're not being familiar with those kind of games. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's like very hard for me to get through Hollow Knight. Cause I've tried playing it at least a few times. And it's very, very punishing for me. I know Silk Song is even more punishing. Which is probably, unless I'm like gonna dedicate a lot of time to playing it and improving and stuff like that, it's gonna be quite tough. And at least Resident Evil has like a nice. Does Resident Evil 2 have assisted difficulty? Because I don't know. Maybe by the time I finish Resident Evil 4, I'm like quite a lot better. It's possible. But like I was looking back and watching myself play because I was like trying to clip some stuff. Like I wanted to clip shooting Ashley because I thought it was funny. But like I was looking back and I'm like, man, it is like a disaster, right? Like I'm like I don't think it's like I'm already. I think the level of challenge I'm having on assisted is like enough. I'm like I'm not dying, but I'm definitely getting hit a lot, right? So I think it's fine. I think it's quite fine. It's just more like, for me, it's like the volume of enemies and the way they come at you. Because, like, Cause like I'm shooting, I'm standing still, and then there's like suddenly there's someone like behind me, and there's someone like right to the side of me. It's not too bad because like I'm guessing it's because of the difficulty. They just stand there. Like I'm like the enemies are right there. They just stand there. I'm like they stare at you for a good like like 15 seconds before they decide to attack. You know, which is I appreciate, but it is a bit ridiculous as well. So if they didn't do that, then it would be like I would be dead very quickly. Yeah, so I think Silk Song might be a tough sell. um, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of games like in that vein because I don't play a lot of games like that. Not like super familiar with them. But yeah, it's I think like I don't know. I don't know. I have to think about it. I think a game with like fun, not too challenging gameplay, um, and like not too much story. As much as I love a story game in my own time, streaming story, like even with like Genshin, streaming the story quests, it's kind of like hard because I want to be able to have a lot of chat interaction and stuff like that. And like if there's like so many cutscenes and the characters are talking, like I don't really want to be like talking over it all the time. Even though I do, but in Genshin they're like yapping away. It doesn't matter. But like if it's like a really like important story where you have to really pay attention, then like I feel like people are gonna be annoyed if I just talk over it, and then I'm like, what happened? I feel like that must be so annoying. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. So I just have to be aware that like we don't do that. You should play Legends Zede, so I don't have to. No. I don't want to have to either, man. And do I want to pay $100? No. No. I'm okay. And do you think it will run on the Switch One? I don't know. I don't know how well it will run on the Switch One. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe they designed with that in mind, hopefully. Yeah, maybe I don't know. Like even like Switch games, I'm like, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure because like Nintendo these days, man, it's like not a not a huge fan of that kind of stuff. But yeah, maybe another action game could be fun. I don't know. Shadow of the Tomb Raider has a lot of side quests and crafting, so I'm not sure you'd enjoy that one. But I'm positive about the first one. Some puzzles here and there, but no big deal. I mean, yeah, I do love a Uncharted style game. I should pick that one eventually. It's like Uncharted, but with the girl, and I love girls. And Lara Croft is cool as hell. Yeah, I don't know. I do want to play Just Dance again eventually too, even though Ubisoft kind of ruined that one. At its core, it still is a Just Dance game. You can't really screw up the fundamental dance part. Unless it crashes, which is entirely possible. Beat Saber. Oh, yeah, we can go back into Beat Saber for sure. I'm probably so rusty. My brother has my VR right now because he bought this like scam hockey game. Okay, it's not a scam hockey game, but it's like a ridiculous price. Like it's like a hockey training game, and you have to buy a subscription for it. But the subscription is like $30 a month or something. Like it's like ridiculous. Like to play this like hockey game. So then he divided. He like found some people online or something to like divide the annual plan, so it's like a much more reasonable price. I'm like, that's crazy. Your Legends that a pre-order went through. Really looking for finding out which starter plush I get. What are the starters again? It's like Cyndaquil, right? Oh no, um that was Legends Arceus. Major Games actually game. Hey, I've been gaming as hard as I can on my Resident Evil streams. Okay. He must really like hockey. He does. Tepig, Chikorita, and Totodile. Ah, okay, I see. I like Chikorita. I think she's cute. Yeah, it's but you know how I feel about starters. Y'all know what I do with my starters. Although Chikorita is pretty cute. But yeah, I'm not playing Legends. I'm not playing Legends today. Cause I was putting aside my feelings towards like the Pokemon game qualities. I didn't enjoy Arceus. Like it was just like not even like as like a objective game. More just like for me personally, I did not enjoy the grinding. I thought Legends Arceus was way too grindy, and some people loved it. But it was just not for me. Like some people are like, oh, I love going on and catching all these Pokemon, but for me, I'm like, look, in a Pokemon game, I want to catch 6 Pokemon and 6 Pokemon exactly, okay? I do not want to catch any extra Pokemon. So it's like, for me, I'm just like, I don't like that. I don't like the checklist. I was having such a hard time getting my research rank up. The research rank was so much. I was like, how many Bidoofs do I have to catch? I have to catch like 500 Bidoofs. Like I cannot be bothered with this. It would be really funny if I get Totodile. Wait, why? What's funny about Totodile? Yeah, it's yeah, we'll have to see how I feel after Resident Evil 4, but yeah, maybe Resident Evil 2 will be a good shout. I could always play on the PlayStation as well, so my computer doesn't die. But maybe by the time I finish Resident Evil, I'll be pretty close to Black Friday. No, probably not. I mean, I hope I don't take that long. And it kind of just depends when my brother has time to build it. Cause like, if it's Black Friday, then it might be a little in his exam times. But we'll see. Hopefully I'll have a new PC by the end of the year and I can stream whatever game I want. And because I have a 2060 right now, and I think the one he recommended to me was 5070. Let me find it. Yeah, I think it's 5070. And then hopefully it looks like it has 16 gigabytes of VRAM, which sounds like a lot of VRAM to me. We'll have to see. He recommended my brother. Because he was like, oh, maybe you should build a new PC around Black Friday. And then like 20 minutes later, after dinner, he sends me a PC part picker list. And he's like, he had it so fast. And he even picked out a cute white case. And I was like, that was very nice. I think he's talking about the 5070 Ti. Let me look at the thing. Yeah, 5070 Ti. I didn't know there was a difference. I thought the Ti part wasn't relevant. It's Gigabyte WindForce SFF GeForce RTX 5070 Ti 16 gigabyte video card. It just had a lot of words, so I didn't know which ones were important. Efficient. Yeah, he was very efficient. It was very fast. It is very relevant. Okay, I'm sorry. I will be sure to include the Ti in the future. But yeah, it should be a huge upgrade, right? From a 2060 all the way to 5070. Even though one time Zirconia sent me that chart and it was like the improvement from generation to generation is like from this to like this. The graph was crazy. But going from 2060 should be a big upgrade for any of it, which I'm very excited for because I think with streaming it's a lot. It'll be a big upgrade from your current one. Yeah. I can play Resident Evil on the high settings. I can stream Baldur's Gate if I want to, and my computer won't crash. That would be crazy. I heard that according to NVIDIA, you're supposed to pronounce a TI like the word Thai, because it's short for titanium. Does anyone do that though? 5070 Thai. Titanium. I don't think anyone says that. I mean, I don't know what they say. I'm not a tech guy. Yeah, we'll see. It'll be a very exciting upgrade. Literally nobody does it, and NVIDIA themselves aren't consistent about it. Because it just sounds weird, right? Just tech marketing being tech marketing. I see. I see. I like how the creators of the titles think they can decide how to pronounce their products. True. People will pronounce it how they want. If it's ridiculous, they'll pronounce it a non-ridiculous way, you know? Yeah, I was putting off buying a new PC for as long as possible, but yeah, if now that I'm like playing some games that aren't Genshin, it's like, oh yeah, my PC is not really equipped to like. I don't think Resident Evil is like that intensive of a game, but like even streaming that and even streaming like Baldur's Gate, which also is not that intensive of a game, it's like it doesn't really work. So I guess if I do want like, because I didn't really like care that much because I was just playing like I was just streaming just chatting, and you don't really need much to stream just chatting, right? But if I want to start playing more games, then I think my computer is going to be a very limiting factor, and I think it'll be a bit annoying. Like, there's no way, like, even if I bought Metal Gear Solid right now, I feel like there's no way I can stream it. Because it's like a brand new, I'm assuming it's pretty tough. Yeah, we'll see. Well, I think I'll have a new computer in the new year. We'll be streaming on a brand new setup, and it'll be cool. I didn't know what else to say about it. Are you going to buy another drive and maybe an external Blu-ray player? A Blu-ray player, okay. Or you could have a PS5. Surely you could play Blu-rays. You'll be watching from a brand new setup. Wait, when are you getting your new computer? When are you upgrading? Because I've been talking about this forever. I was like, maybe I should get a new computer. Because I was asking everyone, I was like, oh, how many years of a computer do you, like, how many years do you upgrade your computer? Because, like, mine will be 5 years in December. Because I built this is actually my first computer, my first PC. And I got it 5 years ago, so it's coming. It's kind of soon. Soon after I arrive, I'm hoping. Okay. I mean, you can't live without a computer. You gotta make one quickly. The reason for the Blu-ray players to rip DVD and Blu-ray media for a media server. Fair enough. Oh yeah, I guess you can't do that on a PlayStation. You have your savings, of course. Haven't bought almost anything here. We love being frugal. We love saving. Very personal finance of you. Yeah, I've been buying stuff. But yeah, I mean, I think I knew I was gonna buy a new computer, probably sometime this year or at least early next year, because I knew how old my computer was getting. Yeah, it's I don't really care that much about tech. So I'm just like, I just have my brother. I'm like, you just make me a list and I'll just buy the stuff on the list, okay? Like I have no preference. You make the shopping list, I'll provide the credit card, and then you build it. And then it's all good. Although I think I've told the story last time where I was like, I can't remember what I offered my brother. I was like, oh, like, because he spent so long building my computer because the LEDs were like super annoying. And I was like, oh, I'll pay you like, I can't remember what I offered to buy him. I offered to buy him something. But he was like, I offered him a certain amount of money and he said, no, that's too much. He's like, no, you should give me less money. And I was like, damn, like you need to work on your negotiation skills. Like I was offering the money and he wanted less. um, I think I ended up getting him some like knife on Valorant, which are quite expensive. The knives on Valorant. You would have been saving, but I was helping out a friend financially. I don't really like. I just kind of like. I have my whole process. You know, I'm not like actively saving. It's just like a certain amount per month. I just automatically save, and when I sell my company stocks, I just save it all. They're in a rough spot. Oh, I see, I see. That's nice of you then. I hope they're doing better now. And then maybe one day they'll be able to pay you back. But yeah, it's yeah, I don't know. Cause I had no idea how much a computer would cost as well. But the PC part picker he made for me, it's about 2,500 Canadian, which seemed pretty reasonable to me. Like, cause like I think I paid maybe a little less than 2,500 for this computer, and that was 5 years ago. So if it's 2,500 now, that seems perfectly. I mean, with tax, it's probably gonna be like closer to 3,000, but Canadian. Honestly, it doesn't seem that bad, especially for such a big upgrade. But it doesn't really seem worth to go from like, you know, like there's like the 5070, but then once you go to like 5080, 5090, they're so expensive. And I'm like, do you really need that much? Like, unless you're doing some like really hardcore stuff, like, do you really need like a 5090? Like, it seems so expensive, right? Because like the 5070 Ti is already $1,000. And I'm like, that seems already, like, that's half the price of my computer. Like, isn't that enough? I don't know. The job market is total, but it is. It is. They're so expensive and they are not worth it. Cause like, would I ever use it all? Like, no, right? Surely a 5070 would last me 5 more years, right? And it would cover all my needs, right? Unless I'm like farming for Bitcoin, like, or mining, whatever people do. Unless I'm generating an AI language model, like, it's probably fine for like a normal person. And welcome back, Maestro. We're talking about my new PC that is incoming. Hopefully. Yeah, people are saying that I should get my GPU before Black Friday because it probably won't go on sale and it might just sell out. Because that was like a huge thing. That was like a huge thing with my current PC when I was buying it. It was like around 2020, or it was 2020, and it was 2020, and I was like waiting. I would like wait for stuff to go on sale, and then it would sell out. Like, it would be gone. So I'm like, at a certain point, I just stopped waiting for stuff to go on sale. I just bought it immediately because I was like, if I wait, it's gonna be gone. So that was like a weird experience. 5080 is only like 10% more powerful than the 5070, but it's like over 30% more expensive. Doesn't seem like a good return. And 5090 is just a no. How much is a 5090? Do I even want to know? Is it like thousands? You're debating if you want to get your piano before or after the PC. What do you think? Career or joy? Uh, Probably career. Um, yeah, I think piano. And then, because you know, you could play on your Switch. I don't know. Can you just pop the new GPU into current PC, or do you need new everything else? I mean, everything is 5 years old. So if I'm gonna upgrade my computer, I may as well just upgrade everything, right? I don't really care about upgrading in parts. I would feel like I just get everything. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I've never upgraded my computer. This is my first one. 5090 MSRP is 2,000 US. That's the price of a whole new computer for me. You're a musician, Joy. I mean, I'm gonna get a piano. Um, that's I'll get both if I have the space. That's just a base model, third-party vendor code for 25. That's ridiculous. Piano will be then. Yeah, I think that's probably a good call. You'll probably need it. But I'm sure very soon, very, very soon, you'll have both. So don't even worry. Don't even worry. Yeah, for me, I would love to have a piano. It's very annoying to practice music without a piano. I'm like playing with like the little like fake piano on my phone, and it's like so small. I'm like, oh, this is not how. I can't even play at like a good speed. Like I can press like notes here and there if I'm like singing, but like you can't play like a whole thing on the phone piano, you know? You also want a racing wheel set? Well, how much is a racing wheel set? Well, I'll be your guys' financial advisors, okay? At most $500. That doesn't seem like that much. As long as it's well within your means, then go for it. Start over part 2, fun times. But it'll be an exciting new start, Ricky. It'll be different this time. You'll be with Kimmy. Playing dance for release. Yeah, Ricky is gonna maybe he'll make his living playing fair release for people who don't know anything about piano, and they'll be like, wow, fair release. And then he plays a second movement of fair release, and they're like, oh, this is not fair release. What is this? Play the main thing. At most 500, or a DDR pad, which would also be another 500. Okay. I think it depends on how much of a dent that would make in your finances. Like, you know? It's like, if you wouldn't miss the money, if it's like you wouldn't even notice that you spent that money, then go for it. But if you're at a place where it's like, you know, I might have to forego some other things that I really need to get this, then no. Can you just steer the car with the DDR pad? Yeah, just get good. Get good. Play every game on the DDR pad. Who needs a controller? Although, I do remember you saying fairly recently that you bought some like, can't remember what it was, some like device, DS device, and you were like, I spent a lot of money on some game console thingy. I don't remember exactly what it was because I didn't really understand it, but I remember you saying something like this, and that was fairly recent. So, and then he also just said, I spent my money helping my friend who's in trouble, which is a very noble thing to do, but still. So you know, I'm getting the signs that perhaps it's not a good idea. I know what it is. Okay. I'm just reminding you. But yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I feel like I've been trying not to as much, but I think I'm very much in like the frugal mindset where I'm like, I like agonize over buying something, you know, especially if it's like a tech thing. I'm like, oh, should I buy this? Like, do I really need to buy? Like, you know, like I'm like, do I really need it? Like, should I wait for a sale? Like, I'm like, which I guess is a good thing to some extent, but I'm trying to just like, you know, I don't want to die with like, I want to enjoy my money, you know, enjoy the money while I'm young instead of like saving it all for retirement. What if you can't enjoy your retirement? What if my needs are so bad in my retirement that I can't enjoy my DDR pad, you know? It's all about that, you know? So, you know, obviously saving is important, but you gotta treat yourself. Ever since they finished doing your retro console endeavors, you wanted to dive into something else? Why is there something else that will have to be so expensive, man? But maybe you can dive into a free activity. You need to be smart with it. Yeah, I trust you to be smart about it. But yeah, it is 12 o'clock now, so it's time for lunch. So I think I will leave it here for today. Hobbies are expensive. True. I can relate. My hobbies are very not cheap. Getting into oh no. I don't know what that is, but it sounds expensive. Lunchtime, yes. But yeah, join the Discord if you haven't already. I'll be streaming again on Wednesday. We'll be playing some Genshin. If you don't like Genshin, then I'll be back next weekend with our usual Resident Evil on Saturday and yapping on Sunday. So yeah, come back for that if you want. But other than that, hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy the rest of your days, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.